Alrighty. That's a bumpin' beat, isn't it? Hello, everyone. So, today's little experiment is we are going to be live streaming in 1080p. Hooray! So if you check your stream settings, you should be able to watch in 1080p now. And we're going to see whether or not it looks like garbage. And if it does look like garbage, then I need to work on how to fix it. And if it looks great, then awesome. It's just higher quality streams now. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's get today started. Hey, Blood Dragon, Swiss Bank, Cat, David the Dude, Giga Slayer, Changer of Ways. Good to see you all. How are you all doing today? Alright, so we need this. I want the Forbidden Library. That's my current objective. Mr. Medical Major. If that's your actual major, then I feel for you. Let's use Lightning Strike so we can just obliterate this fool. Murder a captive, so I get a leadership bonus. Oh, Banner of the Barrows. This item in tabletop was a must-have every time. +6 melee attack to the target unit. Such a good buff. In this game, too. Let's pick up the last point, Evil Souls. Yeah, someone asked what this was earlier, by the way. Skill dump. You can see it right here. No problem. Then let's do... That's... Lowers hero recruitment costs. That's not something I'm super interested in yet. Let's get Ancient Cunning. And Korone will fall shortly.
War it is.
It will be mine. Well, it's not intentional foul, if it makes you feel better. Well, Cat, there should be a 720 option. Yeah, like, it automatically should defer you to 720. But if you want, you can turn it up to 1080. And this will be affecting videos as well.
You dare.
Just skeletons and a bunch of fellbats.
Flesh to craft. Such a thing is
What's the garrison here? Oh yeah, we can march out.
That will stop.
Hope you're all doing well today. I've had a mixed day. It's cold. It is super cold today in Texas. It's been in the 30s most of the day. Oh, it's 720, 60 frames per second, not just 720. Oh, sorry, Cat.
Tonight I feast.
I mean, maybe you can turn it to slightly lower. What game is this? This is Total War Warhammer 2. This is my favorite game, and the one I spend most of my time playing. By a lot, actually. You must be new here. Put it... Well, I mean, I'm fine inside. It's just cold outside. I mean, it's a little chilly in here, but I have a jacket sitting in my chair if I want to put it on, but right now I don't really need it. You know, if I could catch him while he's coming up the hill, that would probably be smart. Where's Chloe? I think she's sleeping in the closet. That's her preferred place to be. Especially when the weather's like this. I took her out for a walk earlier today too, so she's I don't think she's gonna be high energy tonight. I even let her off the leash and let her run around. In a fenced area, of course, but somewhere that she doesn't normally get to go. So she was like getting to run at full speed, which she doesn't get to do too often these days. Bats everywhere. And yeah, today's mostly an experiment just to see what the stream looks like at this resolution. Last I checked, the health of the stream was signified as good. But, you know, obviously it depends on how things come out. It looks good so far? My game, the actual game, kind of looks a little funky on this map. I think it's just the lighting on this map, though, because it's like super shadowy in this part. It looks a little funky. But I don't think that's the actual. I don't think that's like. I think that's just a issue of the. It's a little choppy. But that's why we're experimenting. We'll be experimenting the stream like this, and then I'll make tweaks. But granted, this is also like a ton of units on the screen right now. Ooh, that was a beautiful purple sun. Do I think the white dwarf should ever be represented in game, not only with references but units? That honestly depends on the white dwarf in question. I don't think all of them should be represented, per se, because some of them were, like, ridiculously overpowered, like the Rhinox Riders, for instance. I don't think the Rhinox Riders being added to the game would be a good thing. If they were anything close to the way they were represented in tabletop, I would much prefer them be like a reference. Why did I save for an i7 770 7700K where I can bottleneck you while streaming? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what that question's asking me, John. Yeah, Fal, you should probably invest in a bike. Might be a good Christmas present. If your family's not willing to give you a car, which I doubt they are. I mean, a bike would be better. Rhinox Riders are super cool, but they're also hilariously broken. Okay, my side of this game is definitely a little choppy. I honestly think it's just because of the sheer amount of units that are on the screen. That being said, though, something to keep in mind. You know what's funny is I honestly feel like the stream looks better than the game does. I honestly think it's just this map, but, you know, something to keep an eye on. Oh. Why did I get... I don't know, John. The people I worked with to help me choose a new computer, you know, the parts that I ended up getting, you know, they knew the budget I had, and that was kind of the decision we came to. I'm not, when it comes to hardware, I am not super smart with computers. Is the Engine of the Gods malfunctioning? No. Think with your dipstick? No. It's working great. Honestly, I think it was that map more than anything else. And we're running the stream at a much higher resolution than normal. Normally I cap the stream at 720, but right now it's capped at 1080. Changer of Ways coming in with his $20 says, just finished Giant Slayer. Any suggestions for the next read? Is there anything in particular you want to read about? I remember you requested an Albion book, right? That's why you went with Giant Slayer? Or maybe you wanted something that focused on giants. Well, Foul, riding a bike will keep you in shape too, and it's also less dangerous. And you spend less time outside. Hey, Corey D. What's up, man? Alright, we're saving up money for the Necromancer thing. Okay, he automatically equipped the Banner of the Barrows. That's awesome. Unassigned skill points? Oh, you leveled up. Let's get life leeching for more magic. And let's grab earthing for less chance to miscast. A bike is way more dangerous than walking. Well, not if you're like trying to go through cold weather. Any Zinch adventures? Yes. Changer of Ways. The next book you should get is Von Horseman. Von Horseman. If you're a Zinch fan, that's a really good book. It's the main character is one of the most powerful mortal Zinch characters in the genre. Egrim von Horseman. He's a Chaos Lord of Zinch that rides a Chaos Dragon. It's a really good book. It has a pretty unique look at how magic works in the author's mind. It's a pretty cool thing. Join War Against Bretonia? Yes, please, because that will make you like me more. Foul will spell it for you in chat. It's von Horstman. I see you there, Wolfric. You behave now.
I will alone.
Oh, Red Duke's coming over.
Why do come? What can we help you with this night?
How about...
I disobey.
Okay, we'll keep working on it. What are we at with you? Almost 60? Well, I mean, Bretonia can get pretty powerful in a lot of campaigns that I've played through. In this campaign, obviously...
Just because I've started using crew past their prime doesn't mean I'll take lessons from you.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Champions fall. Don't anger me. When I'm angry, I make challenges.
I wonder if we can get Muslim to join that war.
Greetings, brothers. What does my bloodline require? Absolutely not.
Moderate chance, it said, though. I won't worry about it right now. He might go for Marienburg, which will be annoying, but I can always force him out.
Commit, minions, commit.
Ooh. Stearnsman with 45 starting melee attack. It's beautiful.
Destroy them. You dare.
Actually, I can have you go reinforce Marienburg. Castle Artois will hold for now.
Bring it all to me.
What does saying a greater demon's true name do? Typically, it gives you a significant amount of power over them. So you can like force them into bargains or force them into it makes it a lot easier to bind them to your will or things of that nature. It basically gives you a ton of leverage over them. Yeah, I think with your dipstick, Kemmler starts in Blackstone Post now, which has been made into the major settlement of that province. Lucky Charms are, I do not think they are actually Irish. I think they just have a leprechaun for a mascot.
My minions are restless. This had better be important for your sake.
Okay, we're full on at war now. With so many people. Does it banish them? No, John. It would make it easier to banish them, but it won't just outright destroy them. Or anything of the sort. Why would a demon ever give out his true name to begin with? He never would, Gigaslayer. Demons are very protective of their true names. Like, Chaos Sorcerers wander around trying to find the true names of demons, and they wander around for like hundreds, if not thousands of years trying to find just one demon's name. Finding a greater demon's true name is a big freaking deal. Oh yeah, this is running much smoother. Okay. Yeah, I think the last thing, it was running a little choppy just because there were so many units. Which is to be expected. I mean, this game, especially when you're running on the highest settings and you're live streaming at the same time, you know, it's not... My computer's not the best in the world now, it's just really good. Alright, we'll just dedicate some spears to chase off these pistoliers. Shields up! You're gonna kill me, a general of the Empire.
I thirst.
I need to upgrade my Spirit Leech. I don't even have the improved version yet. Summon more troops to the party.
You serve me.
Go get them, boys. Parry it. Summon some reinforcements. So, Tech, what do I prefer? The melee aspect of Vampire Counts or the ranged aspect of Vampire Coast? I think for my personal playstyle, I prefer the Vampire Counts, the Vampire Coast. But, I mean, it's not exactly like a super one way or the other for me. It's a pretty solid mix. Just keep summoning more dudes. Give a damn. Yeah, there is no necromancer here, buddy. If they ever make a Nagash faction, we would have so much undead. That's true. I mean, there's always a chance they could give us a, there's always a pretty funny chance they could give us the ogre. There's an ogre who's an undead lord. He's not undead, but he has the ability to raise the dead, which is pretty hilarious. Because he ate a necromancer. Oof, we need to invest in this guy's melee skills. He is not the best fighter. He's losing to Empire, Rebellion Empire, or General. It's not even a good one. See if I can get out of here. There we go. Oof. I don't even have the hunger though, so it's to be expected. Is Captain Crunch French? I don't think so. Please die. Okay, good. The general's dead, so now I can focus my efforts on the enemy cav. I think I also got a little greedy with my overcasting. It cost me 3 wins of magic to summon zombies. Captain Sotek. Oh, that would be bad. I have a very strong French ancestry on my mother's side. So there's a fun fact. But my father's side is Native American and Czech, I think. I mean, I'm like, you have to go through multiple generations of Texans before you get to the European aspects of my family. I think I'm a fourth or fifth generation Texan. So, you know, my family's been in Texas for like 150 or 200 years or some crap. Do I think we'll get another race for Warhammer 2? I would like that. I think there's a chance we'll get another race for Warhammer 2, Andrew. Was I at the Alamo? No. I think you meant to ask, was my family at the Alamo? And the answer is still no. To my knowledge. I did not have family at the Alamo. Shoddy workmanship. Ah, that sucks.
Bats and wolves gather.
Okay, bro, you need to get... I don't want to invest in a stupid Barded Nightmare. Okay, let's... Ooh, that Greater Arcane Conduit would solve a lot of my problems. But so would super cheap Spirit Leech, so I'm going to get that. Alright. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to just raise some cheap dead. Wow, how many units do you have left?
Never.
A few. More importantly, you got a new lord, though.
You dare.
And then combine these two.
Darkness.
That should be enough for me to overwhelm these guys. Right? Yeah.
Move us.
Oh, come on. Almost at 10,000. It's annoying.
You dare.
Alright, I'm gonna go in and protect Marienburg.
Bring me flesh to craft.
He's probably gonna attack Grungzent, which is annoying, but we'll deal. I want one more siege tower before we take Korone. Gosh darn, we are so close.
Obliterate.
Whatever. Dude, I am also excited for Chaos Dwarves. I'm very excited for Chaos Dwarves. Yes, I do have free upkeep for skeletons, Plubzo, but it still costs me money to recruit them. And I haven't leveled up the Necrarch enough that his raised dead costs are super cheap. So it costs me like $250 per unit. So yes, I have free upkeep, which is why I am making a lot of money every turn, despite the fact I don't own a lot of territory. But I'm trying to save up 10 grand so I can get the stupid Forbidden Library, which will allow me to recruit all the goodies that I've unlocked from my settlement. I'm excited for Cathay / Neferata. I don't know if we'll ever get Cathay. Neferata seems like a given at a certain point. Dogs of War would be nice. I would recommend most people to try and hope for... Oh my gosh. He's looking a little surrounded. I need to take Korone this turn so I can go fight there. I would advise most people to hope for the Southern Realms as opposed to the Dogs of War. Sure. That's all. Turn just asked me something. I was like, sure! Okay, now we can get it. There we go. And that'll give us money, too. Generates 350 income. Gives improved research rate. All sorts of goodies. And then we want the zombie-infested iron mine.
They will serve.
Zacharias is hopelessly surrounded, but that's okay. He'll survive.
More mausoleums to defile.
We're preparing this guy so he has the ability to join an army if he wants to.
Now they die.
Alright, let's take...
War it is.
Let's go ahead and capture Korone. Aren't the Dogs of War what makes up the most of the Southern Realm armies? Yes, but Dogs of War implies was purely a mercenary force, and it applies a lot of junk. Like Dogs of War were literally a mercenary supplement that every single other army in the game could pull from as part of their army. So it literally had units from every race in the game. You know, there was a Dogs of War for the Lizardmen, and there was Dogs of War for the Greenskins and ogres and all sorts of other crazy nonsense. It was a busy place. All right, so we'll have the battering ram that I did not. Did I not bring a battering ram? I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't. You don't really need one with Kemmler. Because I'm just going to summon Krell inside the walls. We'll just hide our calves somewhere. Ah, this will work. There you go. Okay, good. Y'all stay hidden while I kill everyone inside. Okay, we'll have the Sternsmen, then regular dudes, and Karen Race. And then Skeletal Legion. Graveguard will reinforce the central towers. And you will hide over there with them. Oh yeah, Bretonia didn't deal with the Dogs of War. They were too honorable for it. Are they throwing exploding cows? I'm pretty sure they are. Alright, skeletons. Let's move. Yep, they're throwing cow carcasses at us. That's the scariest one of memory serves. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and activate Cloak of Mist and Shadow so that all these arrows just bounce off of me.
I run at once. Oh, good.
Those catapults? Yep. Now this is always tricky to get it to see the inside of the keep. It can sometimes have this annoying bug where it won't let you target the ground inside the castle for a minute. You have to like move around super awkwardly. It's really dumb. There you go. Alright, Krell's inside. We're summoning help to him.
Undead terror.
Ha! Even Krell would be impressed.
Up we go. Spears, you're with me.
I am Kemmler. I will not this.
Oh, this will be juicy. Oh, just cut all those units in half. Throw down a Curse of Years to make sure none of them are going anywhere. Oh, dang it. More skeletons. Clear off the walls. Krell is just kicking ass down in here.
All shall burn. Moving. Die, mortals.
Who controls the gate? They do. Ah, silly Pegasus Knights.
This. Rise! Master!
Almost have control of the gate.
Atrophy and decay.
Throw down the Staff of Damnation on top of Krell, so he has like a billion melee attack.
I know.
Get these Grail Knights out of here. Throw down another Curse of Years, so we're just debuffing everyone inside.
Join your brothers in death. Away!
Some zombies. Cavalry contingent to me. Alright, that's good enough. Let's go. Up the towers with you lot. Oh, it's you guys. I was like, what the hell are they just sitting in the tower? Alright, now I control the gate. It's just like slam into the wall. Full tilt. It's okay, we got a way to deal with them. Go get them, boys.
At once.
I will be down there shortly. You lot, follow them.
Atrophy. Decay.
Sweet, foolish Bretonians. Krell just got butted over. Final contingent of Grail Knights. Ooh.
Yes, Lich Master.
Take out those catapults. Or the battle's over. I kind of wish for racial capitals, the defending armies, if they were of the appropriate race, were like unbreakable unless you captured the keep, or like owning the central keep just gave them like plus 100 leadership. Or maybe it should be like an aura around the inner keep. That way it's not just super annoying. Hey, Home Slicer. Eight-bound wind spells on Celestra. Sounds nightmarish. Yes, I will sack it first. For all the monies. And then we will capture it. Ha 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 ha. Bretonia is dead. Good work, Red Duke.
Very well. Let us hold a conclave. I veto this.
Ah, you're such a stickler. Yes, a brazier is most welcome.
I need more minions.
God, just repairing everything costs us a ton of money. All right, let's get Neckarch. So I have growth. We didn't lose any units, so that's nice. Flooded clay. And we need a garrison. Oh, we do have a free 10k sitting around, so that's nice. Let's upgrade this to max so I can get the black coach. Which is, of course, everyone's favorite.
Find me, Gravebound.
Bellicor doesn't have two elves. Val, it's B-E-L-A-K-O-R. I'm pretty sure that's the side the apostrophe's on. Don't quote me on that, but somewhere in that ballpark. Alright, okay. So Bretonia is dead. Good, good, good. No more righteous knights will be spilling out of the north. Once we kill Wulfric and push him back, we might be able to force or get him into a peace treaty with us and get him out. You have 4 tide calls, dear lord. Who's my favorite, Krell or Kemmler? I'm more of a Kemmler fan. I like wizards a lot. Krell's really cool, but Krell doesn't have a lot of personality. He's just kind of a ruthless killer, and that's all there is to him. Oh yes, there's always more knights. There's knights to the south, and there's knights to the super far south too. Okay, everyone's just conquering my lands like a bunch of jerks. What would I think of a prequel to Total War Warhammer? I think it would be too much work. Oh, Clan Scryer's dead. Wonder who got him.
Let us make do.
Okay. You leveled up. Deadly Onslaught. Awesome.
Now, I need more minions.
I'm gonna say this once. Get the fuck out! These are my lands, damn it. Oh, Marienburg's about to rebel again. Typical. Thanks, Kyle, for clearing that up. Do I think they'll ever add Harry the Hammer? Probably not. Who disliked this stream? I don't know and I don't care. Whoever it was, they did it like as soon as it started though. I was watching. I saw it happen. Marienburg is under attack. We'll have to do our best to defend it. How is everybody tonight, by the way? How long is this stream going to go for? I don't know. A bit. Probably a fairly good length. Not super crazy length. How is victory achieved in this campaign? That's a good question, Home Slicer. We'll find out together in just a minute.
What?
Alright, Seafell. Okay, he doesn't have any siege towers. He's just gonna walk up and try and take it. So let's put our skeletons over here. We'll put zombies blocking the front, so they can just hold it down with their mass. We'll have one unit spread out there though.
I am eternal.
I'm gonna hang out back here with my bats. And I'm gonna start regenerating myself.
Undescendant.
They brought a mammoth. Oh, where are my spears? There they are. Get y'all on the front gate. I don't really have a way to deal with the skin wolves and the mammoth.
I thirst.
Do our best to start spirit leeching him. Bats, be ready to engage. Gonna keep doing my best to drain Wolfric to death. Oof, Marauder champions. This is gonna be rough. Heal myself back up to full. Hello, David. It's impressive how bad the Necrarch looks. He's not like super amazing, but I think his appearance is appropriate. I won't confuse him for a regular vampire. Thanks to his poofy cloak.
Yes.
The Necrarchs are supposed to look bad? Yes. Kemmler is not a vampire. Kemmler's just a necromancer. They're gonna be through that gate any second. Yeah, 96%. Oh boy. I need to get over here and summon more undead. Goodbye, Wolfric. Alright, Wolfric's dead. That's nice. Oh my god, there's still so many skin wolves coming. Let's get down to Purple Sun while we can. I vaguely regret that decision. Oh god, I'm out of magic. Well, we'll just fast forward to our doom here. There's no way I'm gonna be able to survive this. Let's do as much damage as we can. I like that it says that he's winning. And now he's losing. Can I start a campaign as Sartorial? No, Sartorial's not a playable legendary lord. Sartorial's only playable in multiplayer. He's not playable in single player. Purple Sunburn. That's clever. Yeah, Turin. No. Sartorial's not playable in single player. Schmorf, yeah, I have it. Poor Marienburg. I didn't quite have the numbers I needed by a lot. I should have just raised a bunch of dead, but I wanted to save my money, which it was worth it. And Zacharias is immortal, so he'll be back. I thought if you got enough favor to Tzeentch, you got him in single player. No, that's Alric the Maze Keeper or something like that. It's a different that's a different Greater Demon of Tzeentch. He has a different color scheme, and he also has different spells. I took my Rampager standard. Oh no, he took my Sword of Battle. What a jerk. We killed Wolfric though, so it wasn't a complete waste. Oh no, that's not good. Man, we're just being attacked from every angle. We need to force the Norskins out, get a peace treaty with them so they'll leave. And then focus our efforts on building Marienburg into a stalwart defense so that it'll stop invasions from the north.
I see. A pact, is it?
What do you want? Defensive alliance? Deal. So we work towards confederation with him. Did they add any Vampire Counts units to go along with their update? No, but they got 5 new lords. That seems like more than enough.
They will all pay.
I'll take Marienburg in a minute. I want to take Rugzint back first.
Kill them, my children.
Boris. The Midland Runefang. What a nasty item. I'll kill you myself. Oh yeah, they did get ranged units, that's true. The Vampire Counts, if you play a Von Karstein... No, that's not true. If you upgrade the Von Karstein bloodline, in the bloodline tree, you get access to Sylvanian handbows and Sylvanian handgunners. Mournguls didn't get added? No. Mournguls are only for the Vampire Coast. They're not available for the Vampire Counts. Alright, y'all want to rumble? Let's rumble. You lead our Cav contingent around the flank. Skeletal force, y'all will go out in front. Oops. And be a lovely meat shield.
Master of death.
Dire Wolves, I'll send y'all around the flank. And then, for my spooky Karen race. There you go. Y'all protect Kemmler.
I am back. Lichmaster.
Yeah, you can have 6 crossbows across your entire campaign. And 6 crossbows. Or 1 handgunner. That's correct. You can't, like, spam them. Think Toddbringer should be made to be playable? Yeah, I would say most people agree with that. I think pretty much everybody wants Toddbringer. Pretty much everybody wants the Red Duke is playable. Especially since like they're pretty much in the game and seem ready to go. Alright, we're just going to fast forward things along here while everyone gets into positions. Spread y'all out nice and wide. Plebzo, I don't think we'll see a new Legendary Lord in the Empire update, just because they didn't put in a new Legendary Lord in the Vampire Count or Dwarf update. And I think they want to remain consistent about what these updates provide to all the various factions. Because you gotta have consistency in this kind of thing. If you're putting in DLCs and all of a sudden you, like, give a huge... You give, like, a new Lord to one of the 4... or one of the races they're updating, and you don't do it for one of the other ones, there would be, like, riots in the streets. Because everyone would want to know why their favorite faction didn't get an update, and so on and so forth. Alright, kill everyone. Toddbringer, I brought a playmate for you.
Away, your master calls.
I am dead.
For my master. Ha! Even Krell would be impressed.
Let's have to eyeball this a little bit. And there should be good. Oh, didn't go off. There.
Death magic.
Ah, I missed. That's annoying.
Tremble before me.
Varix Reavers, feel free to join.
I obey. Kill all. Atrophy and decay.
Ooh, direwolves, don't die.
Quiet, Skullstaff. I know what I do. Your will. I am Kemmler.
You do not have my permission to die.
Winds of death.
Good, they stabilized. Alright, and this is a settlement, so we don't need to worry about chasing people down. Oh, cat, seriously? Jesus Christ, that's brutal. Tim, you can have all 6 crossbows in whatever army you want. Yeah, but you have to unlock all 3 von Karsteins to get them. That's right. Yeah. Plebzo, I hope so too. Can we check the victory conditions? Yes. I will do it right now. Reclaim Grunzint, which properly belongs to me anyway. Ugh.
I need more minions.
Victory conditions. So we have to kill all 3 playable Bretonnian factions. We have to control 12 provinces, either directly or through military allies. We need to own 8 of the usual capital list. We have to own 3 Necromancer's Towers, own 80 units in total, have 3 Necromancers running around, and we need to build 3 of the following buildings. So we have to take over either... Ooh, wow. So we need to either have Korone to max level, build the unique... build the von Karstein Court Hall, which I believe is in Drakenhof. Build the Vault of Nagash, which is down south in the Black Pyramid of Nagash. Construct the Altdorf College of Forbidden Magic in Altdorf, and the Oak of Ages Pacified, which you obviously get from taking over the Oak of Ages. The bigger one, to do it, you have to wipe out the 3 playable Bretonnians, Clan Skryre, of all people, the Empire, Vampire Council von Karstein. You have to kill both the Wood Elf playable factions and Archon the Black's faction. Then you have to have 160 units, 5 Necromancer Towers, own all 5 of these buildings, and have 3 level 20 Necromancers. Those are not easy objectives. Yeah, that is a laundry list. That's very true. Kemmler does not mess around with his honeydews, I'll tell you that. I think we can actually go ahead and get our 2nd Necromancer. Yeah, because Kemmler's in the province. Oh, that's right. I had one that was running around with my Necrarch, so I'd like to have another one with the Necrarch. Because his job is supposed to be to just run around and allow him to get upgrades. It's his goal in life. Oh, we can get a new... I think I'll save up for the final Necrarch. The final Necrarch, which we'll look at in a second, but it gives me an upkeep reduction faction-wide, which is pretty awesome. Will there be greater demons in Game 3? Yes, there will probably be a ton of greater demons in Game 3. Think with your dipstick. Because if they put the Demons of Chaos in the game, the only lords the Demons of Chaos have are greater demons. And demon princes, technically. But I don't know if demon princes will be a lord option. Alright, we'll recapture Alberic. Here with his stupid trident, the invisible trident. Bellicor, no, Bellicor would be, Bellicor should be, Demons Undivided, if they wanted to do him successfully, in my opinion. Bellicor should be the undivided, Lord.
Your conquests strike.
Neat. We got a bunch of bonus money, that was nice. Almost level 30. Eternal Warden. when under siege. I don't tend to get laid under siege that often. I guess we'll grab Dark Pact.
Find me grave pound.
Upgrade the walls. Get the Iron Pit to max.
Spread the
And
rot.
attack this doofus. You better run.
Let us wander this way. Commit, minions, commit.
Take back Marienburg. Which, oh, since it's controlled by Norskins, I guess it doesn't have walls? Do I know what's planned for Game 3? No. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. Because that would be stupid. But I do not. Honestly, I do not. Jake Winnett, I hope so. I would love to see Marcus Wolfhart come back as, or come in as playable to avenge his brother. Even though the Vampire Coast technically did the avenging for him. But, you know, semantics.
I am back.
Alright, this should be kind of interesting, because the Norskins actually have, like, a mammoth and some other junk. So they might actually put up a fight against us. We'll see. I think I'm actually going to deploy a lot wider than I normally do. And layer in my spearmen among my traditional troops. That way we can just overwhelm the Norskins' front line. And push around them and then just kill them all. Go.
Heinrich Kemmler. Heinrich Kemmler.
AI always does the exact same thing on this map. It's like doesn't know. It's like it's just pre-programmed to always go for the back left corner.
I am the Lichmaster.
What's the ground here? Okay, we're a little bit downhill off this hill, so I don't want to use a Gaze and Nagash. I was thinking about it to blast Slaughterborg here. Alright, we're gonna have the Knights go at the Skin Wolves at full tilt. Just tear them apart nice and early.
They will suffer. Fear the tomb.
Varric's Reavers look super cool. That, like, purplish red, or, like, magenta color, along with the blue, looks really cool.
Heinrich Kemmler.
Alright, good. That'll set them up nicely for a flank. We'll send the Hex Rays into the Skin Wolves, which should be an absolute slaughter, because these guys have regeneration, and these guys have fire damage.
Heinrich Kemmler.
Kemmler, where are you?
Where is Krell?
Let's open up with a nice fat Wind of Death against these infantry units.
For my master.
And then I'm going to summon Krell by their Warlord. I'm going to go fight over here.
Time.
Stearnsman will handle the
Even
Mammoth.
Krell would be impressed.
Wander back over this way real quick.
That is magic to me. All will perish.
Yeah, you know, we'll just let the direwolves die. I can always get new ones.
Quiet, scouts.
Okay, good work there. Let's come around the flank here. White King, I want you to go deal with the Mammoth. With your 738 weapon strength. Hopefully he'll have the tools to deal with it. They are relatively nasty.
Master of death.
Oh yeah, he's chunking it. throw down a good curse of years here, debuff the mammoth a bit.
Darkest magic to me!
I'm really glad the mammoths are a lot stronger. Like, the Sterns, look at that. The Sternsmen got brought down by half against a level 1 feral mammoth. I mean, that's pretty impressive considering how durable the Sternsmen are. Hex rays, go take out the chariots. We'll let the wolves chase off the bigger wolves. There's one thing I wish they would invent in this game. It's like an aggressive stance, where like if your troops killed everything they were fighting against, they would just go towards the next thing. Ow! Something is really hurting me. Oh, it's this jerk.
Slaughter!
I ain't scared of you. Okay, maybe I should be scared of you.
Would be impressed.
Krell, kill this guy. He hurts. I'm getting out of here.
Death magic! I run!
Ugh. Barracks Reavers, protect me.
Blitz master! For my master!
Alright, so that's Marienburg back under our control. I'm going to let Kemmler heal back up to full. He has Master of the Dead, so he heals no matter what he's doing. Old World needs rights. Kenobi, I don't know if they really need rights. Honestly, I think they're doing just fine with what they are doing, where they're giving them all unique campaign mechanics with the Blood Kiss system and the Rune Forging system. As long as they have something that's interesting and interactive while you're playing through your campaign, that's all they really need. I don't think we're ever going to see rights, and I don't think we need them. Oh, that was a tier 4 mammoth. Or I wonder if he earned those chevrons during the fight. The dead rise again. Oh, my dire wolves are sticking around. What else? I think most factions need more legendary lords. Can never have too many legendary lords, right? Okay, let's start working on making Marienburg into a powerhouse. Oh, our skeletons died. Okay. Not a big deal, that. Ugh, I want the Claw of Nagash. We're almost there.
Who shall we destroy?
You will be joining our Neckarch when he returns. How much do I need for the final Neckarch? 12! Ooh! We need to get a Banshee to start assassinating characters. Alright, things are going well here. I have successfully pushed all these guys back. Korone is developing nicely and is spreading corruption. Okay, how long till Zacharias is back? 3 turns. Okay. Cool, cool. Eric Vincent, I will add it. I will add that. Right now, it's not posted solidly anywhere. I will add it to my YouTube info page after I stream. After I end the stream. How would I feel if they gave every character who got a power-up in the end times their respective power-ups in Game 3, such as Ascended Krokkar and the Incarnates? I probably wouldn't be a gigantic fan of it, only because not every character got a power-up in the end times. And I feel like if you're going to be giving out power-ups, you should be doing it, like, if... excuse me, gosh. If there was going to be a power-up for factions for the end times, then every single race should, or every single lord should have a power-up. Like, it's not really fair if, like, you're like, okay, everybody gets in their end times forms, which would mean that all of the elven legendary lords pretty much get an upgrade, and then none of the greenskins, ogres, or, well, except Grimgor, but, like, most other races didn't, like, Bretonia didn't get any upgrades, ogres didn't get any upgrades. There were a ton of races that got just ignored during the end times. I'll safeguard. I want more vampiric corruption. Oh, that's nice. More income and growth. Okay, let's worry about making our beasties. Ooh, that's really good. Just kind of looking what's further down this line. Okay. Crypt creatures. Oh, spirits are down here. Let's work on our beasts for a minute. Like fellbats make up a pretty essential part of most defense sieges, so let's get Master of the Swarm. Okay. Your job in the meantime is going to be to steal technology from Gisero.
Dust. Your wish, master.
Good job.
It is night.
Keep upgrading Korone. Do I need more growth? No, we're almost to 5 pop here. Alright. Oh, I can get all sorts of goodies now.
Let us make.
I'm gonna pop into Grungzint to make this army appropriately powerful. So let's get rid of a lot of the garbage. I still need a couple of units of spearmen. Let's drop 2 of the Black Knights and the Dire Wolves. And I'm gonna get... Why can't I get these? Oh, I have insufficient funds. Well, that's annoying. Okay, we'll do that next turn.
I need more minions.
Who's rebelling? Oh, Castle Artois is. Okay. Well, I need to be defending Marienburg, unfortunately, for a bit. Needs to be my primary focus. What difficulty? This is a very hard campaign, Andrew. Yeah. It is very hard. Hopefully Zacharias will be back in time for me to put him in Castle Artois. And then once we beat that rebellion, I can have both of my forces meet up in Gisero and kill Albric. Oh, nice, Kenobi. Are we going to a victory? Probably. Not tonight, obviously. But with this campaign, probably. Starting tomorrow morning, assuming I can get myself up, we're going to be restarting. We're going to be finishing the Dawn of War series, which is a 40k game for those of you unaware. I was working on those in the mornings until Vampire Coast came out, but I think it's been long enough that now that we can go ahead and resume. We've played through all the Dawn of War games. The only exception was Dawn of War Soulstorm. We skipped that because on modern PCs it's just a fat piece of garbage. It's so bad. It's just like a huge buggy mess and it's broken all the time, and it was literally driving me insane, so I just gave up on it. Okay, let's get some great weapons. Ooh, and a black coach. Yeah. Let's get rid of the Konigstein Stalkers. They can go to another family. And let's pick up some Black Knights with lances. So that'll give me 3 units of Black Knights, a unit of Hex Wraiths, a unit of Cairn Wraiths, so that we have some reliable magic damage. And then we have a black coach. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. I might drop the spirit units later on and replace them with like a Mortis engine. But we'll see. That'll work for now, though. One more turn till Zacharias is back. Perfect.
Darkness, raise it to the ground.
Okay, you failed to steal technology. That's okay, though. That's not your primary function. Casper.
You dare? Do you need fresh troops?
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. No, we're not doing Dawn of War 3. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Good night, Swiss Bank. Yeah, sorry. No. We are not doing Dawn of War 3. Just Retribution. We're probably going to play through all the Retribution campaigns because it's a fun game, and then we're done. That's the end of... And then after that, we had a big donation train where people raised a bunch of money for me to play through the Age of Mythology? So that'll be what we do after that in the mornings. And then in the evenings, I'll probably be playing Total War. Hi, Sotek and everyone. So can someone help? I have a bug every time I play Vampire Coast that when I get a piece of 8, the Regiment of Renown does not unlock. Gerard, are you playing with any... Have you tried turning off all your mods? It's always what I recommend first, is turn off all your mods and try starting a new campaign to unlock the Regiment of Renown again and see if that fixes it. Am I going to play Battlefield Gothic 2 when it comes out? You bet your butt I am. I'm going to play the crap out of that. Any game that I can play Tyranids in, I'm in. Okay, so here we want a garrison as quickly as possible. This Marienburg's just going to be attacked constantly. All right, and our Big Daddy's back. Let's get him some troops to help him defend Artois. Is there about to be another rebellion? No. Where's there a rebellion? Oh, Korone. Okay. Well, Kemmler will be able to go deal with that personally. Never mind. No, he won't. What two Lizardman Legendary Lords do we think we'll get next? I'm thinking... My vote is Tenenhuan will be the DLC Lord. And the free DLC Lord, I'm thinking it'll either be Gorok or Teto Echo. I think it'll be Gorok or Teto Echo, personally. Could whites use ranged weapons? Theoretically, they could, yeah. As long as they use ranged weapons in life. You can't really teach whites... You can't teach old dogs to do new tricks. Is kind of a general rule of thumb for the vampire counts. Like, they tend to be masters of skills that they had in life. Not so great at those, at learning new skills in death. Well, the gunnery white isn't really... Like, he's sort of a white, but he's more of a zombie. But even then, like, he's just doing what he did in life. Any tips on dealing with the Sword of Cain? Overwhelming force? Or try and lure them into a siege battle and kill them there? The big thing about fighting someone who has the Sword of Cain is you want to do your best to wipe out their army as quickly as possible. And then, so it's just them, and then just grind them down into dirt until they're dead. It's definitely not the easiest thing to deal with, though. Okay, let's get a gibbet up so we have more money. I'm too busy to deal with all this crap. Let's call the Red Duke to our aid here. Actually, let's call him for his aid in Korone first. He's more likely to help there.
Do you need fresh troops?
I need you to come join your lord over here. You.
This night. Wither.
See if we can win this hero.
Your wish.
Yeah.
Master.
That's another blood kiss. Ba-da-da-da. Isn't it weird that Kemmler is named after a Nazi? Sort of. I mean, you have to remember that the Warhammer Fantasy universe is a reflection of ours, just with fantasy. So a lot of there are a ton of characters, both good and bad people, who are referenced by characters in this world. I mean, Kemmler's a terrible person. You know, Heinrich Himmler is evil, 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 evil man, and Heinrich Kemmler is also an evil, 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 evil man. The only thing that makes Kemmler less bad than Himmler is that Kemmler's not real. Do I think of an April Fool DLC Snake versus Ray? What is Snake versus Ray? I don't even know what that is. Okay, good. He helped us take care of it. Now let's see if he'll come help us deal with this invasion.
I'll have you speak now. Praise your gods.
Join me.
Like what you said.
Yes! Oh, we've got the Red Duke, sons. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. Oh, that's so good. Who's this? The Red Duke. Bro, why don't you take a brief vacation and go heal up? Hesitant Defender. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. Oh, boy. Okay, let's hire some crappy dude to die in his place. Johan, do me a favor and die. He's like, finally, they hired me. I knew my petition would go through. Only to be immediately killed. This is useless here. Report to Lianguel immediately. Oh, this feels good. Okay. It's party time. Holy crap, look at Linus. This place is banging. Holy crap. Look at all this amazing crap that's in here. Wow. This is actually a very good settlement. I'm impressed. The AI actually built an intelligent settlement. Look at that. We have access to Blood Knights now. Neat. This army is useless to me. I can do better. Oh, I can't disband stuff the turn I get it, I think. Oh wait, no, I just have to do that. Okay. Go away. I'll make something better. Do I think they're holding characters like Malice, Darkblade, and Thankful for Game 3? Probably. I don't have any proof, but that seems likely. I don't like all these weak butt AI characters. It's time for change. So what is the unique building in Muslin do? Oh, we got Raymond. This is the starting necromancer for... Oh, I'm okay with boost income. But I want you to go somewhere more useful, like March. Oof. So the Fortress of Marienburg unlocks White King. Oof. 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 That's super good. That's super good. Okay. Well. Oh, and I can hire a Banshee now. Fuck yeah. Well, let's get a Banshee. All these are terrible. Let's wait for a better Banshee. Can I get a good White King? I'm trying to think of who we should send with the Red Duke. Chat, what do y'all think? Should we do a vampire a White King or a Necromancer running around with the Red Duke. Does anybody have any ideas? Because we can do any of those. Almost bit my tongue, and I would have been a little bit upset, I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, we don't need to do that anymore. I guess just tax rate? Okay. And because we get Confederation, the other vampire counts are going to grow to hate us very quickly.
Speak thy word.
Yes, speak. But know this. I see. Cretin!
Tried.
Ready?
There's another hero in here, but I killed a hero, so you're at a penalty for a turn. Yeah, you're exhausted. Lore Master, I mean, oof. Is RD good in melee? Just get a good spellcaster? I mean, we can get a vampire who can support the Red Duke through magic. Yeah, yeah, that's correct. Marovic was the last Duke, yeah. What exactly is the utilitarian difference between Warp Fire Thrower and a Rattling Gun? Like, what is the difference in their purpose? Think with your dipstick. So, the point of a Warp Fire Thrower is that it was supposed to be good against... it was supposed to be good against mass infantry, regardless of how tough they were. And that you... And it was... In tabletop, it was technically good against mass infantry, and it was also good against... anything like monstrous infantry or monstrous cav and smaller, and it's very short range. It's super short ranged, but it melts through armor really well. So it's like one of the best weapons against dwarves. Yeah. Rattling guns, on the other hand, are really good against pretty much anything that's elite, and especially like regular cav, because rattling guns are much longer range than warfire throwers, and they shoot a ton of armor piercing bullets. Like, as far as a rattling gun is concerned, all of your armor is just decoration. Okay, how long until Red Duke is back? Doesn't say. There he is. He'll be ready in 4 turns. Okay. Good. That'll let me recruit Karen Race, and it'll make me money too, right? Yeah, it will. Oh, let's get Liangwil maxed out. Oh, can I get peace with Norska? I know we were kind of bros, sort of, despite the fact we're fighting.
What do you want, paleface? If it's my blood, come and get it.
How about we be friends instead of enemies? Good. Okay, now I don't have to worry about defending myself from the north.
The Queen of Tides! I'm a pirate. Of course you can trust me
Oh,
and
hey,
my crew.
Noctilus took over frickin' Skavenblight. Look at all these weirdos invading the old world. What's Skarsnik up to? Invading Bretonia, it looks like. Where is Skarsnik?
I'll crush them all! Start the war!
I don't know. Maybe he's dead. Hard to say. Was it a big deal when Kemmler turned the dead dwarves into zombies to attack the rest of the living dwarves and elves? It wasn't a big deal in the sense that, like, it was impressive just because he already was controlling so many undead. But what was really poetic about it was that he was literally recreating a really jacked up scene of the racial history between the two races. in that he was basically recreating the War of the Beard when the elves and the dwarves fought a massive civil war. And the whole reason the elves were there in the first place was because they were trying to... it was basically an ambassador group that was trying to smooth over relations between the elves and the dwarves. Like, that was the whole reason they were there. And then Kemmler literally used the corpses of the dwarves against the elves and started killing them in like a messed up repeat of history as a joke. And the irony of it was not lost on Manfred, who thought it was hilarious. And Marienburg's rebelling. Super annoying.
Spread the rot.
We have to kill this before we go too far.
Then go.
Ooh, the Claw of Nagash. Okay, that's the last thing I wanted in Kemmler's army.
Find me.
Or rather, the final thing. Necroc. And... I guess... Unliving Host for my skellies. Oh, what to get rid of, though? Let's drop a... We can drop a skeleton unit. Which one's closest to leveling up? Or rather, the furthest.
Let us make doom. They will all pay.
Yeah, I see you over there thinking about invading. Get out of here.
Follow me.
Jerk.
I need more minions.
Immortal White King. Awesome. I think we'll wait till we have 5 population for that upgrade. Let's save up so we can get the Hex Wraith upgrade. Another rebellion? Oh, it's Castle Artois again.
Bats and wolves gather. This night. Now.
See if we can't ruin this paladin.
No mortal.
You failed? Bro, you like never fail. What the heck? Oh yeah, we'll upgrade Marienburg. That would be wise. Turn, Bar. Your comment looks fine to me. It's awesome we got the Red Duke. That's a major personal mission accomplished. I didn't think we were going to be able to pick him up so fast. How's everybody's evening going, by the way? Good, bad, moderate, not too exciting. Great, amazing. Doing well. Good, good. It's a very early morning. Sounds like you should still be in bed then. It's only like 11:40 here. It's not too late yet. Good, Home Slicer? I'm doing okay tonight. Doing A-okay.
I will not betray you. Death awaits.
Gassy.
Who shall we destroy?
That's another Blood Kiss.
Tomb rot.
Alright.
It will be.
Here I come, Gisero. Here I come.
Bring war. Commit,
I will
minions, commit.
capture you in just a moment. Okay, don't care about Grungzent at the moment.
Do you take me for a churl?
I will not betray you. Die. Now they die.
What's special about the Red Duke lore-wise? A couple things. The Red Duke, so the long story short about him is that he first of all, he's a, excuse me. He's a second generation, blood dragon. So Aberash is a first generation, that he is the first one. So the second generations are Wallach Harkin. Well, the four big ones are Wallach Harkin, Luther Harkin, and the Red Duke. So they are the most powerful vampires there are when it comes to melee battle, except for obviously Aberash himself. So the Red Duke's kind of a big deal in that he is, and he's more traditional than like Luther. Luther Harkin is kind of, obviously because his mind got shattered, he's a little wacky, and he doesn't really follow the typical conventions of the blood dragons anymore because of his sanity issues.
Life is a phase.
Life is a phase. It's just a phase, Mom. But the Red Duke was also was considered the best swordsman in all of Bretonnia during his life. So before he died, he was one of the greatest swordsmen that Bretonnia had in that age, and he was like super noble and was just generally a super badass. So when he got turned into a vampire, not only was it a big blow to Bretonnia's morale, but this was like one of the greatest champions of the age, turned into something even stronger, even though it was horribly twisted and evil. Think with your dipstick. Other countries do daylight savings as well. Not all of them, but some of them. But a big thing is that different countries do them at different times. So like I know Britain's was like a few weeks before ours in the United States. We'll have the Black Coach studiously avoid the Grail Knights here. Mortis Engine, why don't you take it easy, boy? Alright, let's just have you plow in there for now. Shooting fireballs at Kemmler for all the good it's going to do him. Cav, y'all fall back for now. I hate this map. I've fought here many times during this campaign, but it's such an annoying map. Just all over the place. Okay, Black Coach, go have fun.
Heinrich Kemmler.
Oh, do it.
Winds of death!
Yep, they did it.
Mortis engine.
Mortis Engine, you can head over that way.
Death! Kill
I'll come
all!
with. You guys pursue. Oh, Bretonnians. There is nothing you can do in the wake of such hate. Of such death. Grail Knights. Need to hustle back this way. Kill the Knights! You lot, over here. Bring my knight contingents over here to deal with all these freaking archers. And we'll bring the black coach over here. Debuff the knights of, or oh, those are just knights of the realm. Oh, they are super dead. Yeah, these are the Grell Knights. I'll chase them off. Bring my knight contingent to me.
Mortis engine.
Alright, that should have that unit stabilized. Knights, to me!
Even Krell would be impressed.
Where are you guys? I know they're way over here. Kill them all. You don't know fear until you've seen Arcane or Kolic with the Sword of Cain. Yeah, dude, Krokar with the Sword of Cain's pretty fun too. Because you hand the gods as you're running towards them, which just like makes their health go, and then you just slap them and they die. Yeah, dude, Tyrion, the new Tyrion is such a scary duelist. Like, holy crap. Well, that went well. Kemmler got the most kills. Typical. Yes, Changer. So the Silver Mirror, that's actually a tabletop joke, funny enough. So in Warhammer Tabletop, the Silver Mirror was an item you could take that every single Bretonnian took. And what it did is if you ever shot a magic missile at the Bretonnian army, they would, on a 2+, the damsels would hold up this mirror and go, ah! And it would hit the mirror and then it would bounce right back at you. So, like, you'd shoot so what would typically happen is you'd shoot a fireball at them and they would redirect it right back at your face. And spoiler, that really sucked. And you could always tell it was about to happen, because you'd be like, alright, I'm going to cast this really powerful spell. And the Bretonnian player would be like, oh, okay, go ahead. And you'd be like, fuck. As this giant missile of your own making comes flying towards your face. And just ruins your day. Just ruins your day. Well, it wouldn't, like, bounce off the mirror. It would absorb it and then fire it back. The thing that really sucked about it, though, of course, was that it fired it back with lasers, with, like, sniper rifle aim. So, like, you'd have your wizard out by himself, for instance. Oh, hey, it's Noctilus. What do you want? Non-aggression? Deal. I have no problem controlling the undead of the seas. Are Wallach Harkin and Luther Harkin related? Vaguely. Wallach and Luther, they did take their last names from the same source, because they've both been blood brothers for a really long time. Both of them were turned by Aberash at vaguely the same time, and they're both super old. What does the Sword of Cain do to Archaon? The same thing it does to everybody else. Makes his weapon strength like 1,000,000,000%, and ups his melee attack to ridiculous levels, and gives him a really scary infinite use vortex spell that causes rampage. So same as everybody else. It's just he already has really high AP ratios and really high melee attack, so it just makes him more ridiculous. I heard they were cousins. Dreadnoughtless, it depends on your interpretation of what two guys of the same bloodline in the same generation, what they should be considered. If you think they should be considered brothers, then they're brothers. If you think that would make them cousins, then they're cousins. Like, as far as being alive was concerned, they're not actually related. Like, they don't have a family relation. They're just both descendants of Aberash. They were his first two, his first two greatest warriors that we know of, that he trained.
Mausoleums to defy.
Which is not an insignificant title, you know.
Necropolis awaits. Everything dies.
And I don't feel like walking out there and taking the free damage. Okay, Red Duke should be ready. Let's raise him up in Linus so we can get him an appropriate army. Oh no, he's not ready yet. Okay, next turn he'll be ready. What's his trait? Dread Incarnate? He causes terror. Okay. Not the best trait, but it works for him. He's working it. Who are you guys at war with? The Empire? Okay. Skull Takers are not the most useful, but they're also not useless.
Ready to
So.
swordfish. I'm ready to cast off. This best be quick.
Let's be friends. And how about you pay me a little bit of money?
Now we're talking.
Good, good. Keep our eye on Noctilus. Dude, having pirates to be friends with, like, it's so nice. It's so nice. Alright, we're not going to worry about Grungzent. Well, I guess we should. It'll increase our growth, right? Yeah, it will. That's fine then. Alright.
Ready.
Oh, this is ours again. Okay. Let's foster terror. Is Jacob Wolfhard from the Vampire Coast intro a CA creation? Yes, he's Marcus Wolfhard's brother, which I don't think Marcus Wolfhard had a brother until CA just said that he did. Is Malekith still good? Yes, Malekith is still fucking ridiculous. He got nerfed a little bit, but he's still really strong.
Excuse the tomb.
Alright, Changer of Ways, you didn't even ask for a book recommendation this time. Oh wait, yeah you did. Never mind. I gave you a book recommendation. Military Alliance. Awesome. Yeah, go get, what are Patchwork Men? Patchwork Men are, they're just Frankenstein's monster. They're a bunch of zombies cut up and sewn together into a really big buff zombie, but they tend to have enough dark magic invested in them that thanks to the power they're swollen with, they tend to be self-sufficient. So they have like they have some intellect and they can direct other zombies around them. They're just big zombies. Before the Vampire Coast lord choices, what do I think or want their legendary lords to be? Douglas, once it was made apparent, or at least referenced, that the Dread Fleet was an option, I was expecting Luther Harkin, who I was really excited made it. I was expecting, okay, we're gonna raise the Red Duke in here. There he is, Big Daddy. And the AI's been making good decisions. I'm okay with this. And he doesn't have... Does he have Elsif? Yes, he does. Okay, he starts with Elsif, I guess. Yeah, he does. Okay. Cool beans. Let's get you some Blood Knights, Big Daddy. We're probably going to go almost pure Cav with him. Like, we'll have some whites as his infantry, and we'll give him a skeleton line so that his army isn't just killing us in expenses, but... Oh, we were going to put a vampire in his line. That's right. Shadow or Death? Let's do a Shadow Vampire. A poisonous one. Gotta give him a lovely consort, right, chat?
I said, darkness comes. I need more minions. Find me Gravebound. Let us make do.
I wish the Red Duke had the same options as the Blood Dragon Lord. I imagine he will if they ever make him playable. The only reason he doesn't right now is probably because they just haven't put any work into him. Like, he wasn't edited at all for this DLC, so. You're level 10. Oh, a Hellsteed is a very nice upgrade for you. And then let's get Curse of Honor here. Actually, let's do Magic Reserves. And then let's get you a Hellsteed, so you're not on the ground anymore.
They will serve.
And then you're gonna help me kill Alberic.
They will all pay.
Come here, Alberic.
Follow me.
Oh, no you don't. You're not getting away. Not this time. I guess I should fight this. This is not as heavy in my favor as I want it to be. In the lore, can anyone draw the Sword of Cain, or can only elves take it? Pretty much only elves. Because the Sword of Cain is the physical manifestation of the weapon and hatred of Cain himself, who's the elven god of murder. I don't think he would tolerate a non-elf taking the sword. It would probably tear you apart if you tried. Alright. Meanwhile, while Kemmler's on his way here, we can do some harassing. I like the doubles of Schwarzhofen. It makes me sad not more people don't take them. But Terracossing Vanguard is nothing to sneeze at. I kind of wish they would get rid of their Vanguard and trade it out for, like, missile resistance. I think that would make them a more interesting unit, but, you know, can't all be winners. Alright. I was about to, like, fly over and drop, like, a purple sun or something, but it was like, oh, wait, I've got Kemmler in my army. I'd rather wait until Kemmler gets here and use his magic instead, since Kemmler's just a lot stronger. Speaking of Kemmler's Legion, let's get him into position, shall we? Spearmen in back. Cavalry contingent, take the right flank. Mortis engine, you go with them. Black coach, you come around the right. White king, lead your troops. Kemmler to the front line. Zombies look pretty. Do I think Galmaraz is a little too weak in the game? Yes, I think Galmaraz is too weak. I mean, it's a strong item, but there's just not... It doesn't do nearly enough armor piercing. Andrew, I actually made like a whole video about that. I have called The Future of the Greenskins, which is all of my ideas. Well, most. I actually added some stuff to it later on that I haven't published yet. But I have a lot of ideas about how the Greenskins could be improved, and one of them is moving a lord. And I think they should move Azhag, and I think they should move Azhag to Karak Ungor, also known as Red Eye Mountain, which is controlled by the Red Eye Night Goblin tribe, or the Red Eye tribe, because the Red Eye Night Goblins are actually like the greatest allies that Azhag had. They gave him his Wyvern Skull Muncha as like a offering, because they were in his old stomping grounds. Funny enough, Grimgor actually lived in Red Eye Mountain for a long time as well, but I think Grimgor fits better in Black Crag. I mean, if it was up to me, I would have never put the Greenskins there in the first place. That was one of my least favorite decisions about the base game. I wish they had just made Gorfang a legendary lord and saved Azhag as DLC, but can't always win. If Krokgar had drank from the Grail at Turin, that's... no. Just no. At that point, we might as well start asking questions like, what would happen if Darkseid from the DC universe like drank from the Grail? What do you think would happen? It's like he'd become a god. Like, I don't... There's no way... there's nothing I can tell you that would be actually interesting information that would be canonic, that would be correct and interesting at the same time. I don't really mind the Black Coach being in a bad spot, because the longer he's in a bad spot, the more powerful he gets. Well, not a bad spot per se, but a spot. Oh, you, come back. Make yourself useful. Help him out a tad.
Fear the truth.
Good boy. And run away. Run away!
Blood magic.
See my
Need to actually talk to Dov, because I know Dov, but when we were playing our co-op campaign, he was kind of starting to go off a little bit about how he really thinks the Vampire Lords are overpowered in multiplayer. I really wanted him to elaborate on that, but I didn't want to do it during a stream. Ooh. Krell, get out of here.
Ah, even Krell would be impressed.
Kill Albrecht. The Lord, who is actually a really good character now, he just needs more. He just needs his stupid trident.
Heinrich Kemmler. All will
Actually, I
perish.
don't want you. All of you, go kill him. I will help deal with the Archer Legions. Oh, don't fight halberds. Go on, shoot. Let's bring over our knights here to deal with that.
Legions to we.
Get a little indication on them. Whoop. I think I'll put a Banshee in the Necrarch's army, as well as a Necromancer. The Banshee will give him kind of a little bit more reliable of a character assassin, because he tends to get beat up on a little easy. Meanwhile, Duke Albrecht getting absolutely crumped on by Krell, as it should be. No, don't you kill my Devil's Schwarzhoffen.
Quiet, Scout. I know what I do.
Oh, god damn it, Albrecht. This displeases me. Don't kill him, he ran away. Are they going to give the Sylvanian missile units their own voice lines? Probably not. I mean, everything they say is technically correct. They are Imperial citizens. They do worship the Imperial Pantheon, funny enough. The vampires obviously don't encourage it, but some of them put up with it. Wait, Throg is intelligent? Yeah, Throg's smart. Throg's not stupid. He's actually quite intelligent. He's not... Funny enough, the CA version of Throg is much stupider. Oh, we got the dead rise again. Yay! Devils of Schwarzhoffen didn't die. The CA version of Throg is actually much dumber than the traditional one. Plus 15 melee attack when fighting at sea. Nice. I'll take that.
Find me, Gravebound.
Alright, Kemmler, we're going this way.
They will serve.
Zacharias, you will remain here. Well, actually, you'll go north to deal with that rebellion. You're in charge of rebellions now. Have fun. Greater Arcane Conduit. Thank God. That's a really important buff that I did not have. Let's get cheaper Invocation.
Who wishes the vile?
Oh, I just hired you. Okay, I was like, why aren't you doing what I want? I kind of want to save up for the level 5 port, because that's 400 extra gold. Yeah, that's worth saving up for. Okay.
Spread the rot.
I'm getting the heck out of here.
Who shall we destroy?
You are joining him.
Me, Shadow.
You are going after this jerk.
Death awaits.
Hey, Tristan. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, brother?
Foolish mortal.
Oh, you failed?
Poor mausoleums to defile.
How dare you fail me? Damage buildings? Oh, right. Oh, that's expensive. Alright. You know what? Let's focus on the things we can. What is this gonna do for me? Ooh, ooh, oh. Well, there's some nice upgrades. This place isn't super under attack, so I don't think I really need them per se. I think I'd rather have the charnel pit.
I will not betray you.
When are we gonna get Hellborg? Dude, I know. Tell me about it. Dude, the Empire has so many characters I want in the game. Like Kurt Hellborg and Ludwig Schwarzhelm. Like, I wouldn't even need them as lords. They would make such good heroes too. Like Marcus Wolfhart would make a really cool character. Kurt Hellborg, Marius Leekdorf. Obviously Boris Todbringer. He's already in the game. He just needs his legendary lord his legendary lord switch flipped. There we go. Elspeth von Draken. Nah. We can raise dead in this channel by clicking the like button. That's true. That's how you all make zombies. And if you're like, I didn't get to make any zombies, well, you probably didn't click the button.
Death comes to all eventually, and no pathetic soldier god may forestall that meeting. Time passes. Speak.
I love him. Peace tree? Nah. Does anyone in the Empire or elsewhere know who Archaon really is? No. The only person who knew who Archaon really was... there was a bunch of people who knew who he actually was. They're all dead. They just died of old age. People forgot about him eventually because they thought he just died. Or they were rather really hoping he just died. Okay, I'm going to ride for Korone. Kemmler, you are going to go visit Castle Baston, because I have to raid it for my Skull Staff. So we're going to wander over here, and then I'll go save Marienburg in a hot minute. Let's... Ooh, that would give me Black Knights. Well, I could get Black Knights by just coming over here. Okay, first let's take the Vampire. And then we were going to give him... What else were we going to give him? I guess a White King? Yeah, I guess we can give him a White King to lead his infantry forces. But if we're going to do that, we should upgrade this as high as we can. That way the White King we get is super strong.
My will alone.
No, it's not your will alone, bro. It's my will, too. What army do you have? Ooh. We're going to need some boys at the gates. We do have a level 2 garrison, though, so we will be able to put up a fight. We're so close to stabilizing our little island, our little empire here. They gave Boris his unique runefang in the update. That's true, Matthew, that's true. Hopefully the Red Duke will get his... If they could make the Red Duke and Boris upgradable, or playable legendary lords and before, or like early on in the new year, I'd really appreciate it. Kyle, no, I'm the wrong person to come for Elspeth. I hate Elspeth von Draken. I really dislike her as a character. I have made that speech many times. Oh, look, Boris is coming, and he's united with the Empire. Has the Red Duke... No, the Red Duke has not been updated at all. Why do I dislike Elspeth? It's a really long story. I should probably make a video about it because I'm getting really tired of repeating it. I also want the Cult of Ulrich. Yeah, I want the Cult of Ulrich as well. I think that'd be a really cool sub-faction for the Empire. Oh boy. Alright, let's take care of a couple things. Defeat Durthu. I would like to, but I don't think he's anywhere close to me, so that's probably not going to happen. Okay, we're gonna raid this. What else do I want to put in the Red Duke's army? I don't want corpse cars. They're too slow. We should definitely pick up a mortis engine. Because we're going to need something fast that can keep resurrecting us. And I think we'll go with 3 units of Blood Knights total. So that'll be good. Gisero. Yep, let's get hunting grounds. Let's get you off march stance so you don't get too messed up.
This night.
Ooh, I need enough money to do that first. So maybe let's just work on the mortis engine for the moment because I want to get rid of this annoying Imperial hero. There we go. That's another blood kiss for me. Oh, we got Lore Keeper. Awesome. Plus 9% chance to wound enemy units. Alright, good night, Adam. Boris's title's the Emperor's Eye. I bet Carl did that on purpose.
The Empire.
Hey, the Emperor's Eye, and he's just like angry the entire time. Really want to go capture Gorsel.
You dare.
Man, the upkeep for these Graveguard is freaking ridiculous. Considering like all the buffs I have to lower their upkeep. But then again, I do have 3 armies, so that's probably the main reason why. And this, yeah, this gives me minus another 10 upkeep, so that is worth saving for.
Let us make do.
Think with your dipstick, I don't have an opinion on it. You just wonder special dragon. What's my favorite dragon? Chaos dragons are probably my favorite. There's some really cool dragons a lot of people don't know about though. Like, pretty much every lore of Magic has an associated dragon. We don't know the names of all of them, but most of the lores of Magic have dragons. There's also warp. Can't remember if they're called warp stone dragons or warp fire dragons, but they're like Skaven. There are dragons that fight with Skaven a lot because the warp fire. Okay, yeah, they're warp fire dragons. Those things are freaking terrifying. Probably my favorite dragon, though, just because a lot of people don't know about it, is the Shard Dragon, which is a dragon that is used by dwarves. Like, they have rune collars because the dwarves, like, broke their will. Wait, what? Wasn't I supposed to raid Castle Baston? Where am I? Oh, I'm in Montfort.
It is night.
Damn it.
Across the map. Onwards.
I was on the wrong side of the river. He's not a Skaven dragon in the sense that Skaven work for them. Skaven generally do not like the warp fire dragon, because they compete with them for warpstone.
It is night. What do you want?
Who's the most badass female character in Warhammer? Probably Valkia,
Do you
depending
need
on what your
fresh troops?
depending on what your definition of badass is. I think most people would say Valkia the Bloody. Alright, once we raid this, we'll go over and save Marienburg. Korone should be fine. We might send the Red Duke over to reinforce it. You say Hellebron? Hellebron's pretty epic. I mean, there's a ton of badass female characters in Warhammer. Warhammer is not lacking for powerful women. I'll say that much. Okay, there we go. We got the Skull Staff upgraded. Morathy. Morathy's great choice. Ariel's a great choice. Alariel's a great choice. Sisters of Twilight are a great choice. Hellebron is so hot. I mean, if you're into Jilfs. She's hot. She's super hot about, like, 3 months out of the year. Aliathra. Aliathra is a pretty interesting character. She was a little weird. She was retconned into the lore a little late, so it was not really clear how old she was supposed to be. Oh, Katarina. Are you talking about the the queen of the Czaress, the queen of, or Tsarina, the queen of Kislev?
Speak your words, but don't mistake me for some hedge wizard. I have more important masters than you.
What do you want, Wood Elf? A peace treaty? Over my dead body. Is there a Stormcast Eternals mod in this game? I really doubt it. Alright, quest successful. Cool. Skullstaff. Move a character to Baston. Kemmler sends a scout to the Abbey to see what effect his wicked schemes have on its denizens. And, oh, we got the rating thing. Nice. That does help. The more traits, the better. Okay, so I should just move an inch. There we go. Alright. A sickly moon hangs over the foothills of the Great Mountains, casting a corpse-pale light on the plains beyond. The Lichmaster stands atop a ridge, watching as the Empire army emerges from Axbite Pass and marches towards the Abbey. Across the plain, the tiny figure of a Bretonnian rider can be dimly discerned as he rides frantically along the road from the Abbey to the fortress of Montfort. Kemmler's plan has worked even better than he could have hoped. The fools of both blind nations are at each other's throats thanks to his machinations. As the two forces clash, Kemmler signals for his undead horde to move in for the kill. The Abbey will fall, and the Lichmaster's eyes glitter at the prospect of the power he will unearth within its walls. The Skull Staff, which is really, really strong, and just makes his melee attack even higher. So we will do that in just a sec. I'm going to move as close as I can to Marienburg, and then we will go fight that. And we will take care of all these little managerial things, and then we will do that quest battle. And I'm super ready for that. Let's upgrade Castle Artois. Upgrade the poaching camp. That way we're just slowly increasing our income further and further. Red Duke will be able to move next turn to ride over to Korone.
Necropolis awaits. They will
Alright.
all pay.
Kemmler's not undead. He's alive, technically. Technically. Oh, this is such an easy thing. You want Emmerich? Oh, I forget which dragon Emmerich rides. Oh, my back. Dwarves aren't... Oh, speech time.
How glorious! It has been such fun watching the Empire and Bretonnians rip each other apart, supplying me with fresh stock as they do. Oh, the irony! That while pulling their strings, working them like puppets has been immensely satisfying. It is now time for direct intervention. This abbey, this altar of Tal is my desire. The skull staff within calls to me, and I would have it. Let the chittering hordes come and claim their warpstone if they must. For me, the true prize is that wand of dark magic. With it, the legend of the Lichmaster will only grow. My legions advance. Bring me bone, bring me flesh, but do not bring me these things back alive.
So, fun fact, the reason Kemmler talks about the Skaven during his, here, I'm going to go ahead and start the battle so these guys can fight each other while I'm getting set up. The reason that Kemmler mentions the Skaven in his speech is that in his original story, where he attacks La Macental Abbey. So this is a super old story. It was retconned many times, and in one of the versions, I'm not sure exactly which one, it might have been the original, but in one of the versions, the Skaven actually join his attack on La Macental Abbey. They actually made a deal with him that he would attack it from, I think, without, while they would attack it from within. But, of course, things did not go his way, and the Skaven ended up getting what they wanted, because there was an artifact from Skaven Blight that the Bretonnians had sealed inside La Macental Abbey, and the Skaven managed to get it and skitterleap out. How come the Blood Knights have low armor piercing? I have no idea. Probably balance reasons. How do I feel about the vampire counts getting access to ranged units? Because it's such a limited amount, I'm totally okay with it. If they were able to access, like, full armies of ranged units, I probably would not have been okay with it, because it would defeat the entire purpose of how they function. But considering it's literally 7 units campaign-wide, no matter what you do, you max out at 7 units, that's fine with me. Talos, I doubt it. Blood in and of itself does not make Khorne stronger. It has to be, it's violence that makes it, that feeds his power, not just blood. Points for dumb question, though. Points for stupid question. Who's my favorite Chaos God, Harry Davies? I am a fan of Papa Nurgle. Papa Nurgle's my favorite god. He's the one that offers the best deal, in my opinion. Alright, the Empire's been thoroughly defeated. Let's go mop up the Bretonnians. Oh, they're coming right for me. What are these? Oh, they're mounted yeomen? Pfft, come here. Come here, sons. John, that wouldn't matter. Slaanesh derives power from a lot of things. His big motif is pain and pleasure. So any source of pleasure and any source of pain are going to empower Slaanesh. I mean, that includes things like watching a play, or performing music, or any number of things that would seem innocent enough. I mean, Slaanesh derives a lot of his strength from excess more than anything else. You know, people who take things way too far is kind of one of the big ones. Okay, make sure they leave. Looks like I'll have to give mostly individualistic orders at this point, because mass chaos has already erupted across the battlefield. You lot with me. Don't let him off the ground if you can avoid it. Nope. Nope. God damn it.
See my sepulchral art.
I'll just rip a wind of death down the center. And kill 11 people. That was a good use of magic. Throw down Curse of Years on these Knights of the Realm, which will slow their movement speed, which will make their charge less impactful. Summon Krell by these Paladins while I try and get into the melee here. Where is my Black Coach? He's way back there fighting. helpful?
Watch his magic
Oh,
me.
yep, yes it was. Y'all hurry up and mop up these fools. Okay, you, go deal with this. White King, I require your services. To kill a damsel. Well, don't just stand there, you dummies. Go get him. Yeah, that was not my best wind of death. It was... I kind of just aimed it at nothing is the biggest problem. You lot, get over here. Kill her.
Heinrich Kemmler.
Cav, split. They have various targets for you to go deal with.
Mortis engine.
It will be.
We got Nagash's right hand here. I call myself a lore master. Yes, why? No, Cat's asking that question, so that could be leading anywhere. How come in fantasy Slanesh has an affinity for elf souls? Because in 40k, so John Boom, the reason that Slanesh craves elven souls above all others in Warhammer Fantasy is because elven souls are the most enriched, and they're the most sensitive to the things that he values above all else. So they tend to be the most. They're the most prone to falling victim to his form of vice, compared to the other three, and they're the most deeply cultured, and they tend to experience the most significant forms of pain and pleasure, and they have the most heightened senses. So for those reasons, Slanesh finds more enjoyment and more indulgence in elves than he does in other races. What's Hellebron's sister's name? I'd have to look it up. That would, because that comes specifically from Hellebron's story, which I have not read in about 3 years. 20% magic resistance. Good. Skull's staff does what it should. That is not one of the things that I have on my memorization catalog, because I don't consider it that important. There we go.
Spread the rot.
Alright.
More mausoleums to defile.
Lyriath? Do I know how she died? Not off the top of my head. I'd have to go get my book out of my library.
Who shall we destroy?
Wow, there's a ton of dead in this area. Look at this. I can make all sorts of goodies. A Vargolf? Sure. I'll give the Red Duke a Vargolf. That seems like fun. Alright, Grungzint we're gonna make into a pretty powerful defense. Alright, and Kemmler has all of his magic items now, which is fantastic.
They will serve.
Shot through the throat by the Moonbow? At least she died quick. Why was Wolfram Hertwig my ally in the quest battle? I have no idea. They literally plucked that name out of a hat. Can you justify my bias? Would Krokgar without the T-Rex, without a Carnosaur, beat the crap out of Teclis and Cetra? Blake, Cetra versus Krokgar would be a pretty interesting engagement. Teclis would get bodied. Like, Teclis would not stand a chance against Krokkar, even without Grimlock. Cetra would probably lose. It would be a really close fight, though. If they were both on foot, I feel confident saying Cetra would lose. If it was the Chariot of the Gods versus Grimlock, I still think Cetra would lose, but it would be a bloody affair. It would not be an easy matchup. What do I think of Krell as a summon rather than a hero? Think with your dipstick. I honestly really like it because it allows me to have Krell in my army even when it's a full 20 stack, and I don't have to give any space to him, and he's always with Kemmler. So I personally really like it. Is there an explanation behind untainted attrition for undead? What do you mean? Do you mean is there an explanation why it hurts them? If that's what you're asking, then the long story short is essentially yes. Undead are powered by dark magic, and when dark magic isn't naturally suffused in the environment by there just being loads and loads of death, then basically that means that it's much, much harder to maintain them, and they will naturally start to fall apart. Because you have to remember, undead are not natural. Their natural state of existence is not that. Is not being. It's the opposite. They should not be.
My bloodline calls.
Okay, I want one more unit of Blood Dragons. Ooh. Or Blood Knights, but I think we'll wait until we get our income a little higher. I want to upgrade this to max. Let's save up for that. Let's get the Lodestone of Darkness so I can get a max level White King. Alright, Kemmler, let's ride up to help out Zacharias. If we could get Marienburg to actually start producing income, that'd be nice. But if we could get it at Balefire Brazier, that would be super nice, because that would help it stop rebelling constantly. So Sylvania is basically one big graveyard. Well, technically the Warhammer planet is one big graveyard, but Sylvania has a ton of dark magic. Because dark magic is naturally drawn to places of death and grief and hatred. Sylvania is not only a very well-entrenched battlefield, but it's also just a place where death has always been a major aspect of their life. The land is very poor. It wasn't always that way, but a bunch of Warpstone meteors also impacted Sylvania a really long time ago due to some machinations of the Skaven. The Skaven didn't intend for Sylvania to get bodied, but it just sort of accidentally happened. And the amount of Warpstone that hit Sylvania was pretty ridiculous, and it just poisoned the entire land. John, yes, she does. Occasionally. I wouldn't say it's her go-to method, but she certainly is not above it. What are the vampire counts in Warhammer 40k? I don't know if they have a direct correlation or not. I imagine there are... aren't Blood Angels kind of like vampires? I don't know. I don't know that much about 40k. I know tidbits about 40k, but I don't know a ton about 40k. Leave her be. Alright, let's wipe out this jerk. Get off my land! Almost have a max level Kemmler. That'll be fun. Hard to hit.
They will all pay.
Oh, wonderful. Good, 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 good. Where are you heading? This gives you a pretty powerful garrison, right? Yep. Does Mazzillion even have a traditional garrison building? It does. Wow, you can get a super scary garrison here. But I actually like this setup. Necrons are clearly Tomb Kings, yes. They've actually become even more Tomb King-like in the most recent edition, funny enough. Alright, I do want to go capture Gorsel, but I think we'll actually head out into sea to get this Skull Reef. Maybe we'll get to fight some Vampire Coast pirates. Mordheim should be added to the game. Yes. Immorty, I think Mordheim should either be added as a unique structure or it should be added as a settlement. But yeah, it should totally be in the game. No question. Just beat the campaign with Arnessa and her army of crabs. Does killing Aminar give any bonus to the campaign? Should I choose to continue? Mexican, yes. If you want to read the epilogue and also see what the Aminar bonus does, it's not that crazy. It's okay. You have to go. You have to continue the campaign and go another turn. So in terms of spellcasters, how powerful is Kalidor Dragon Tamer? Kalidor Dragon Tamer was insane. Kalidor Dragon Tamer was on par with most of the Slann and Nagash, definitely. Yep. I would say he's not as strong as Mazdamundi or Croak, but I would probably put him on par with 3rd generation Slann. Kalidor was a pretty beefy mage, though. If Vol'tin is the champion of Sigmar, does Franz give him Galmaraz? So, Talos, when Vol'tin shows up in the lore, he ends up running into Luther Huss, who's basically Martin Luther from our world. Oh, I really want this. Eliminate a lord belonging to one of these factions. Oh, gosh. Well, make it easy for me, why don't you? Never mind. I guess I'm not going to do that. I don't want to march halfway across the frickin' Empire.
Find me, Greyhound.
Come on, battle. I want to kill some vampires. I'm gonna go ship. Raid the cove. Oh, yes. Come and get it. I'll show you who the real undead are. Anyway, so Luther Huss finds Vol'tin eventually, and he believes that he is the physical incarnation of Sigmar. And so what he eventually does is he builds up this huge cult of people following him. And he's right. Vol'tin is the physical incarnation of Sigmar. That's actually true. Anyway, so he leads this really, really big army of fanatics and faithful and people that Vol'tin has saved, being a badass in the lead up during the end times. And Vol'tin was a badass. But Vol'tin was also really humble. But Luther was like, no, like, we need to take him to Altdorf and have him formally recognized as the living heir to Sigmar. Which means that he should be, like, you know, like, he should be the emperor, and he should have Galmaraz, and yada, yada, yada. So he takes Vol'tin to Karl Franz. And Karl Franz, being a genius and the ultimate statesman that he is, he compromises. So what he does is he recognizes Vol'tin as the living heir of Sigmar, but he doesn't give him the throne. What he does instead is he gives him Galmaraz as a symbol of his authority and Karl Franz, because Karl Franz legitimately believes that he's the heir of Sigmar as well. And to avoid a civil war and to keep the empire settled, he remains emperor, but he gives Galmaraz to Vol'tin. Which is why in the Storm of Chaos, which is the original version of the End Times, Vol'tin is the one who goes out and fights Archaon. It's also what happens in the End Times, but the End Times had Karl Franz play a much more significant role. And also Karl Franz obviously starred during the fall of Altdorf. But, you know, that's a whole nother thing. But in the original tale, where it matters, that's how Vol'tin got Galmaraz, was that Sigmar just gave it to him. Hey, Depth Guard, what's up? Meet my Hex Race. You punks. Black Knights, run them down. Mortis Engine, get in there. Show these undead wannabes who's king here. grenade? Yeah, let's take that offline. Your guns are useless here, fool. Where's my black coach? Take these war machines offline. Let's summon Krell to deal with this stupid crab. You should make quick work of it. Okay, let's do Dance Macabre here. I don't have the Staff of Damnation anymore. That makes me sad. Let's throw a buff over on our knights, keeping them nice and in shape. Y'all back up. Oh, those are Death Guard with pole arms. Yeah, let's back up. Fall back. Grave Guard. Show him who's boss. Pull back, my Cav. Don't just stand there, keep fighting. Summon some more undead. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Oh, he's not going to cast it. Never mind. Cavalry, to me. Flip the Karen race. Black Coach, kill their leader. Don't cast. I got better things to do. Let's buff the hex rates. Heal the hex rates. Silly pretenders. I was like, who the hell is shooting me? Never mind. Kill them. So falls the foolish vampire coast. Nerds. Each legendary lord gets a different reinforcement army for the final battle. Do they? I'm pretty sure that's the same thing I got for Aranessa. You like witch hunters? A lot of people like, oh, hey, Misha. What are you doing here? Oh, God, I'm getting hungry again. My dad made the most delicious dinner tonight. Oh, the other Trickster Shard. That is so good. And 20,000. Look at that. 20,000.
I need more minions.
You were here from the beginning? You never said anything. I'm not psychic. I don't know things. Alright, let's head for Gorsel. 20k. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get that Marienburg upgraded. Let's get Grungzent's fully upgraded so I just don't have to deal with it anymore. And, I guess upgrade Linus. Or Lianguel.
Soon I'll be all powerful.
Zacharias, let's work on getting you more skellies.
Yes.
I got one. You know what? How about this? How about you just head for home so we can get you your new army? Come around this way though, because I don't want you to fight Alberic, who's probably heading for Gisero, annoyingly, but I don't really have an army to stop him just yet. How dreadful.
More mausoleums to defile.
I really want to wound that guy so I can get another blood kiss. Misha has been talking all stream? I don't believe you. I flat out refuse. I refuse to believe that. Because I distinctly have not seen her talking all stream. I saw Morty, I saw Tristan. I do not recall seeing Misha talk once. I think you're all lying to me. I refuse to acknowledge this. Heresy.
I will not betray you.
I will not be so easily fooled. I apologize, Misha, if that is indeed the truth. Whoops, it shouldn't have ended my turn yet. Oh well. Go look. No, I don't want to prove if I'm wrong or not. I just want to believe I'm wrong. Or believe I'm right. I need to get a green screen. Maybe I'll get that for Christmas. Hey, Christian Pip. Or White Knight, whatever you want to go by. That just makes me think of that Side 9 Happiness skit. It's one of my favorite skits, the White Knight. That's racist. It's one of my favorite ones. Alexander Ledel, that's just from the mod I'm using. It gives you 2 skill points for lords only, but it adds a skill dump at the end of your red tree. That's where you can just put extra skills that you don't want to spend. No green screen, that means less Chloe. Or, Misha, I could get, like, I could try and figure out a setup for a second camera that only focuses on where she likes to sleep. And then that would let me, like, hit a button when she's there, and it would let y'all see her, like, much more up close. Wouldn't that be cool? Huh? It would take some figuring out, but I bet I could do it. Oh, this puzzle. Okay, the rubric's actually doable. Solitude is always desired, so we want one that is unique. So there should only be one of it, I believe, is the right one to this. So there's 2 of this, there's 2 of this, there's 2 of this, there's only 1 of these, so it's blue. Yeah, still got it. Oh, I don't have a good talisman yet. It stinks. Night Shroud, that's pretty good. Ooh, Helm of Discord's way better, though. Yeah, I'll take the Helm of Discord. I don't have any items on my Super White King. Gambler's Armor. Scapscrath. Well, yeah, we'll stick with that. We'll save that for the Red Duke. Other Trickster Shard. I do have a lot of magic damage in this army, so sure. Ooh, we hadn't updated him in a while. Alright, speaking of the Red Duke,
I will alone.
let's give you Shield of Ptolos, Sword of Battle, Little Amulet, Iron Curse Icon, and we want you to be an anti-wizard, so Scroll of Leeching, which lets us drain enemy wizards. Banner of Eternal Flame, Black Cat, Corpse Thief, and I will take the Rampager standard from you, because I can. Oh, you're raiding me, you jerk. Oh, he leveled up. Let's get Bloodlust. And let's get Grave Ward. Oh, he is... I think he has unique upgrades. I'm not sure. Let's cause terror. Oh, no, I already caused terror. That's right. Because I have a trait that gives me terror. That's cool. Don't have to spend points on it. That's nice. I've still got 3 turns so I can get my new White King for him. Because I'm going to get a Super White King. Black Cats and Voodoo Dolls. Exactly. Charm Shield. Let's give you the Night Shroud instead. More magic. Rod of Flaming Death. I love it. Alright, you are riding for Gisero. Oh no, you're riding for Blackstone Post. That's right. Castle Artois leveled up. Let's get Balefire Brazier, so we're just ramping up our vampiric corruption in these parts. Grab that. Okie dokie. Red Duke. I'm probably not going to be able to get you much bigger of an army for a bit, because it's just expensive. So why don't you go defend... Ooh, take the northern path, please. Please and thank you. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no, he's T-posing. Shit. That's not good. There is no sleep, only Sotek. Good night, Thick Rebar. Legacy of Corn. Do I think... Cat, mind your manners. Let's see, Legacy of Corn. Do you think they will need to do something about game mechanics when the Ogre Kingdoms comes out? Because right now I see lines of spears and range murdering them. Yes. Honestly, the way I see them doing it is... One thing I would like to see is I want to see more units in the game that have the ability to negate or lower anti-large and anti-infantry of nearby units. Like, that's something that's not a mechanic in the game, and I really wish it was. But, like, if ogres come out, like, ogres have their gut plates. I would really love to see ogre gut plates have the ability to, like, negate anti-large and also provide them with missile resistance. Like, even if it was only when they charged, like, that would be such a big upgrade. And, because right now, yeah, I totally agree. Like, ogres are not known for being a heavily armored faction, and almost all of them are large. Spear snap. Turn, I don't think Kemmler or Krokkar's gonna make it this far north. Awesome as that would be. Alright. We're gonna station the Red Duke inside Castle Artois, because I want this army to get as big as it possibly can. That way it'll actually give him a bit of a challenge. And then we're gonna colonize this. Oh gosh, no money. Foster Terror. This is making 24... This is only making 1,800? Where's my Necromancer? There he is.
Now.
Alright, I sent you off to, like, assassinate heroes. I would like you to continue doing that. Because I really want to get to that 12th Blood Kiss. Could Lore the Great Maw have a spell that negates anti-large? Yeah, it could. It could. It has a couple of, it has a couple of defensive spells, actually. The lore of gut magic is almost entirely buffs, actually, funny enough. It has, if I remember correctly, it has a single direct damage spell, and it has a debuff spell, and then it has a vortex spell, but I think the rest of the spells are buffs. Why do I like the Halberd Fleet Admiral more than the Pistol Cutlass? I'm indifferent. I like both of them. The pistol is better for when I'm wanting a Vampire Lord in the back line, especially with the Crab Mount. I think on the Crab Mount, the pistol version is actually better. I don't usually pick them based on if they're Halberd or Cutlass and Pistol. I usually pick them based on what lore and trait they come with. I'm pretty picky about what traits I get on them, because their traits determine how their loyalty goes up and down. I will laugh at it if a few turns Tyrion shows up on my doorstep. That would be kind of rough. I would not appreciate a visit from Papa Tyrion. I don't care about Gisero. It's the one settlement I haven't had time to reinforce yet. Are there any stories of good or neutral Skaven individuals? No. Skaven are all very, very selfish and only care about surviving and advancing their lot in life. Sometimes that has led them to being the good guys in the grand scheme of things, but it was not because they were doing it to be good. They were literally doing it for their own self-preservation. For instance, one of the biggest examples that comes to mind is Nagash. Nagash, a long time ago, was enacting a great ritual that would have made the entire world undead and would have raised all of the world's dead under his control, and he would have been unstoppable. But during the Great Ritual, the Skaven not only freed his greatest rival from his prison, but then proceeded to arm him. Ooh, another success. 2 more to go. But then proceeded to arm him with the Fell Blade, which is considered the most dangerous weapon in the lore, but it always kills the user, so it's not that useful. And he chopped off Nagash's hand and interrupted the ritual and actually killed Nagash. And Nagash went away for a very long time. The Skaven directly caused that. So a lot of people... So in that sense, they have been the good guys before. But once again, it wasn't because they were actually trying to save the world. It's because they were trying to save themselves. So take that as you will. Let's do... Whoops. Let's do Grave Ward. Probably will hire another necromancer to watch over Marienburg for me. Damaged building. Oh right, Gessero got raided. I don't even think I have the money to repair it. I can repair some of it, but I don't really care to.
I don't care for this order.
So are you double exhausted
Not in this
now?
world or the other.
Yes.
Yeah, you're exhausted for 3 turns. Oh my gosh. Fellblade versus the Widowmaker. The Fellblade would allow the user to match with the Widowmaker, but in the end, the person wielding the Widowmaker would win. I think because the 2 weapons are pretty evenly matched, but the Fellblade would kill the person wielding it eventually. In Vampire Coast, is it possible for the other Vampire Coast major factions to get Queen Bess? Yes. Every Vampire Coast faction, oh gosh, can get Queen Bess. Aw, the Fey Enchantress died, and I never got to kill her myself. Wait, is that... Oh shit, it's Noctilus. Well, that's interesting. Okay, oh, Bretonia's gone, guys. Oh wait, no, they're not quite gone. We still have Bordelot left. But Bretonia is shrinking. Has any army actually laid siege to Skavenblight in the lore? No, nobody's made it to Skavenblight. It's surrounded by, this place called the Zombie Marshes that are super dangerous. Not only are they filled with toxic gas from all of, like, the waste produced by Skavenblight, but there's also a lot of zombies. How would the Fellblade work on someone like Orion? No, Orion wouldn't be perma-killed. The only way to really perma-kill Orion is that you have to interrupt the cycle. I mean, even the Widowmaker wouldn't be able to permanently kill Orion if they had been able to perform the ceremony to resurrect him the following year. But to do that, not only do you have to have the Oak of Ages intact, but you have to, I guess we should get the Blood Knight upgrade since I have so many of them. Actually, you know what? No, I kind of want to go for the Spirits upgrade. But you'd also need to have the, but if you interrupt his ritual, Orion's almost been perma-killed numerous times. Because people have, like, there's been attempts to revive him, and it gets uninterrupted by, like, Anathrema. Or Drycha almost killed him once. That was a whole affair. Drycha actually got super close to perma-killing Orion. It was some rough bananas. That's not a phrase, but whatever. Deal with it.
I will not be
Okay, you are not allowed to do anything for 2 turns. So why don't you come back to me? No, I mean, the Widowmaker, it killed Orion's mortal form, but it can't perma-kill him. Not in that sense. Because Cain killed the original Karnos with Widowmaker during the War in Heaven. Like, it's already stabbed him to death before. That's happened more than once.
It is night.
That has happened more than once.
Ready.
Let's see. could use some units on the walls. Anything interesting I could recruit? No, not really. I could take on the Königstein Stalkers for a bit. Give you the tithe. Better than nothing, right? Let's go ahead and repair this since Bordello ran off. Okay. How are our filthy pirate friends doing?
Ready the river. What compels you to be foolish enough to enter my realm? Nothing shall stop you.
Packs, you know, the usual.
Over your dead body.
A route from their capital cannot be established. Oh, it's because it's trying to go through. It's trying to go through Athel Loren. That's why we can't trade with them yet. That's annoying. I wish it would cut through here, but even then, I need to own the Baston region if I'm going to trade with anybody. Is there any reason why the High Elves and Wood Elves try and ignore each other aside from the end times? They don't like each other. The Wood Elves were originally a colony of Athel or of Ulthuan, but Ulthuan's arrogance and pride, especially of Calidor II, also known as Calidor the Warrior, or Calidor the Arrogant, he was a douche. Like he was just a douche, and he played a pivotal role in starting the War of the Beard, or the War of Vengeance, as the dwarves like to call it. And because of that war, all of the colonies were pretty much destroyed, and many of the elves who would later go into Athel Loren were basically had their homes and their families and their loved ones butchered for absolutely no reason. And the Wood Elves have never forgiven the High Elves for that. Because of the High Elves' arrogance and douchebaggery, the dwarves attacked Athel Loren numerous times, just out of spite. And the Wood Elves hold the High Elves responsible for that. Also, the Wood Elves genuinely do not believe the High Elves are ever willing to treat with them as true allies. They think the High Elves will always treat them as like wayward colonists. And because of that, the High Elves, or the Wood Elves, are not willing to really be allies with the High Elves. Like, they're kind of willing to put up with them, but they don't consider them friends. I mean, there's even been times when the High Elves have literally gone to Athel Loren completely under the intent to try and help the Wood Elves, and it just doesn't end up going well a lot of the time. Just annoying crap will happen. Like, they'll go in there thinking that they're going to be able to help, and then something will go wrong, and the High Elves and the Wood Elves will start blaming each other, and then they'll leave just as pissed as they were before. Typical, you know, family shenanigans. That's family.
This better be important.
It is. Go kill everyone. And get me more dark magic. What? That's a bug if I've ever seen one. I mean, I guess technically they were an enemy of the Vampire Counts because they're an enemy army, so they're an enemy of everyone, but I'll take it because it gives me the banner of the Barrows. You won't find me complaining. That's such a good banner. I'll just accept that little bit of charity from the game. Thank you very much. Alright, let's see if we can get Gisero to actually be a defendable settlement so it stops rebelling against me. So at game 1, when CA originally released it, I don't know if they really are sticking to this, but Total War Warhammer technically starts in 2502, I believe, which is when Karl Franz is receives his official like title of being the emperor. That's when like his election happens, and that's when this game takes place, because it talks about that when you play through the Empire campaign. Is that Karl Franz is the newest emperor, and so because of that, Azhag would die. Azhag would die, yeah, a little over a decade after this game canonically started.
This had better be important.
But he's supposed to be up in like Troll Country. No, you don't get peace. You get death. Answer the medical dude's question. Mr. Medical Major. He says, my boys, and he says something about Gotrek and Felix. Oh, there it is. When are the old ones going to come back and take responsibility for this mess? Well, presumably they're dead. So there's your answer. They're never coming home from that run to the store for a pack of cigarettes. They're never coming home. Either they're dead, or when the polar gates collapsed, they were the other side of it had them so hilariously far away that it would take them like millions of years to cross the gap. But most sources agree they died. Like they fought for because there are vague reports that the old ones were present during the fighting against the Demons of Chaos. At least some of the very, very early fighting, right before the polar gates erupted. Because when the polar gates went out, all the old ones went with it. But there are suggestions that the old ones were fighting various forces before it got to that level. And because we have records of what they're fighting, some of them looked like when they were fighting and stuff. And the Tomb Kings in particular have really vague ideas of what the old ones were like.
Your wish, master.
And granted, the Tomb Kings seem to be confusing the old ones for the Lizardmen, but the Tomb Kings definitely have an idea of what the old ones are, because the gods of the desert are the old ones, just reinterpreted by the Tomb Kings into something else.
Spread the rot.
More sleep shines.
You're gonna have all the spirit units, but I'm gonna build you up.
Darkness.
Well, who's a higher level?
I hunt.
Guess I'll build you up next, Zacharias. Your army will be cheaper after all, because I'm gonna have it mostly focus on spirits and zombies. And corpse carts. Ooh, unholy lodestones.
To me.
Oh, delete this. The end times got super weird at the end. Like they started just like throwing shit together and spouting off crap that just didn't make any sense. Like they started purporting this idea that the Warhammer world wasn't unique. It was literally just another world in an endless cycle of the same thing over and over and over and over to infinity. And like the survivors of any world that came before were the old ones in the new world, but they weren't actually the old ones. They were actually the elven gods. But just kidding, they're the old ones, but just kidding, they're the elven gods. And then James Workshop was like, but then, and then they just fucking flipped a table and they were like, just kidding, Age of Sigmar. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Games Workshop was sucking its own dick so hard they didn't have an idea of what was happening anymore. Am I enjoying Age of Sigmar? Yes. Age of Sigmar 2nd edition is awesome. It's super fun. And the lore is really enjoyable. They calmed it down a lot, and it feels a lot better. First edition Age of Sigmar was a little wild. I didn't enjoy it too much because it was too grandiose and ridiculous. and it was hard understanding why anything mattered. So once they got that taken care of, I've enjoyed it much more. 25%, 31%. How long till this buff wears off? 1 turn. Okay, I'll just go right over next one. Alright, next turn we should get our final Necharch, and we can go hog wild with getting our armies built up. Okay, I want to keep an eye on Gorsel, and I want to stay in the area because Kemmler is supplying population surplus just by being here. And we want to get Gorsel max level garrison. What are some things of Age of Sigmar lore I like? Well, I like the new Lizardmen a lot. Because they're actually on the offense instead of pure defense. I like that Chaos is on the defensive. I think one of the big failings of fantasy was that it made the bad guys too strong, and it made the good guys too weak. So in Warhammer Fantasy, reading the lore, there wasn't a realistic way that the good guys could ever win. The whole point of Warhammer was that the good guys were fucked. And it was literally just they were hanging on as long as they could, and that was the best case scenario. In Age of Sigmar, the bad guys have been like winning, and they pushed all the good guys into like these really elaborate hiding places. And so like now that but then Sigmar showed up with the Stormcast and unleashed them, and now the good guys are pushing back really hard. So Chaos, who thought they were invincible and started getting really fat and lazy, because the end of the world has been a slow process instead of just happening over the course of like half a second. Because of that, Chaos got lazy and thought the fight was already over and hasn't really been paying attention, and now all of a sudden everyone is just like punching him in the face repeatedly. And it's great. I really like seeing Chaos on the back foot, because I think that's when Chaos shines. Like, it's nice to be watching Chaos as, like, yeah, they're the villain, but at the same time, like, you don't know if they're always going to win, which makes it more interesting, because sometimes they can win, because, you know, they have a lot of pre-established outposts, and it's no longer this ridiculous bullcrap of, like, if Chaos wins, the world is over. Like, whenever Chaos invaded the Empire, they could win a bunch of fights, but you knew they were always going to lose at some point, because if they kept winning, then the world would blow up and the setting would end. Like, the problem with Warhammer Fantasy, lore-wise, from like a really big narrative perspective, is that it was too small a space with too much at stake for there to be any meaningful victories. Whereas in Age of Sigmar, you're kind of dealing with a much bigger realm. 8 realms, or 9 realms, in fact. And because of that, the stakes don't matter as much, but at the same time, you can have a lot more meaningful conflicts. And, like, one thing that they've been working on is that they're, like, developing these cities and getting players attached to them and getting to know the people that live in them and the way their lives work and the governments they have and stuff. And now there's a realistic sense of these cities can totally get destroyed and fall. Because it wouldn't mean the end of the world. It would just be an interesting battle. Blackfire Pass was meaningful? Yeah, of course it was. A lot of the history of the Warhammer world was meaningful. The problem was around the end times, there wasn't a lot that could happen anymore. Well, they won in the end. Well, Chaos won in the end. In Warhammer Fantasy, which we already knew. Like, the whole point of Warhammer Fantasy's lore, like, whenever you would read a Warhammer Fantasy book, it would pretty much always tell you that no matter what, the instant Chaos was born into the universe, everybody else had already lost. Like, it was already over. The instant Chaos came into being, like 12,000 plus years before the modern day, they had already won. It was just a matter of delaying them for as long as possible. That's all it's ever been, is just trying to delay them. which makes the good guys of the Warhammer Fantasy setting very noble, but it's not that exciting. Or it is exciting, but it's not, you know, you can't win. Would I consider doing a Chaos Stream playthrough? Oh yeah, Chaos would be easy. Especially with the changes they've had. I would love to do a Chaos playthrough. Chaos is great because you don't have to do any Empire management. You just run around doing whatever the hell you feel like doing. Alright, let's bring... let's go pick a fight with the Empire. Just so I have something to punch. Actually, you know what? I'll head home and we'll send the Red Duke to watch over Marienburg. Or Gorsel, until it's got a proper defense. Kemmler will have go attack Bordelot so we can wrap that crap up once and for all. Damn, forgot about the hero again. Oh, yeah, so, I mean, my personal favorite faction in Age of Sigmar, right now, besides the Lizardmen, but they haven't been updated in a while, so, like, I like them a lot, but they're not the most interesting thing right now. I play Nighthaunts now, and Nighthaunts are the ghosts of they're the pure ghost faction in Age of Sigmar. I've heard the Lizardmen are even more OP in Age of Sigmar. Yeah, that's true. The Seraphon, which is the new Lizardmen, they're pretty insane. They're very, very strong. In any event, though, the Nighthaunts, they're a pure ethereal ghost faction. Like, a faction of nothing but... Imagine, like, Camrace and Banshee, but it just expanded into an entire race. It's a super fun faction, and the whole point of the faction, that makes it really fun, is that virtually every single unit are people who have died, and they're being punished for some reason by Nagash. Like, he has this really weird sense of justice, like justic karma. So whenever you die and your soul goes to Nagash, there are like this super long list of crimes that he considers very personal. And if you've committed one of those crimes against him, then he will basically punish you by turning you into a Nighthaunt, which is like a horrific experience. And so a lot of factions, or a lot of people, like healers, for instance, anyone who was a healer in life, you know, like just someone who worked in a hospital, Nagash views that as a crime because, in his opinion, what you've actually been doing is you've been keeping from him his due all this time. You've been stealing people from him who were supposed to die and therefore belong to him. So therefore, you are guilty of working against him, and he punishes you by turning you into a Dread Harridan, which are these wailing women that have, like, knives for hands, and their minds are fully intact, so they still have the minds of the healers they were in life, but their bodies are cursed. Their hands have been turned into weapons, so that they are eternally damned to be able to do nothing but murder those around them. And he also makes their bodies incapable of resisting doing anything but murdering brutally anyone they run into. So they're eternally cursed to just be the scariest and most dangerous of murderers in Nagash's Legion. Ooh, full network. Alright. Oh, look at all that money. Look at all that money. So we have maxed out our Necrarch. Hooray.
Bats and wolves gather.
So now we can actually start investing in more troops. But I want to upgrade Korone first. It's cost 6,000. Lannis is full. Blackstone Post doesn't have 5 population yet. Marienburg doesn't have enough population yet. Okay, so we're kind of getting there on all fronts. But yeah, like the whole book is just that. All the Nighthaunts are people being punished for different reasons and turned into like ghostly monsters, and it's a super fun book. I really like the faction. How strong is Chaos Armor compared to Gromrel? Chaos Armor is not as strong as Gromrel, but it is easier to manufacture because the gods can just bless you with it. Like, it can just literally grow out of your skin. Chaos Dwarves can make it pretty easily, and Chaos Armor is more magical. Like, the important trait that Chaos Armor has is that it adapts to any mutations you grow while you're in it. So if you grow a bunch of tentacles out of your chest, your Chaos Armor will adapt, either by opening holes to let it through, or it will grow around them. If you get, like, a giant mouth in your neck, then it will open up to allow that mouth to bite people, or whatever. Stuff like that. Have I seen the Blight King and Nagash hints at the end of the Vampire Coast campaign? I haven't seen anything about putrid Blight Kings. I've seen all the stuff about Nagash. I've seen Salostra's, I'll put it this way. I've seen Salostra's end, and I've seen Luther Harkin's end, and I've seen RNS Assault Spite's end. I still have not seen, Noctilus's end. How similar are Ithilmir and Gromrel? Not very. Ithilmir is nothing like Gromrel. I mean, it's a very powerful metal, but what makes it really interesting and unique is not its strength, it's how light it is and flexible. Ithilmir is more equivalent to traditional heavy armor, but what makes it really amazing is that it allows the wearer the flexibility of as if they were wearing no armor. Ithilmir is like Mithril. Yeah, that's a good way to think of it. Though Mithril does exist in Warhammer Fantasy. What are my thoughts on Archon and some of the other non-blood-sucking lords? Do you think Archon has any free will? No, Archon has no free will. That's super well established. Archon is just a puppet of Nagash.
Cackles in my ear. It tells me you have a proposition, yes?
Military alliance? Sure. Well, we're friends with all the undead. We've absorbed the Red Duke. Well, we still have to get the Von Karsteins and the Vampire Counts under our heel, but all in good time. Disappointed in the lack of Nakari. I mean, Nakari shows up in a fuckload of epilogues in Warhammer 2. He's in the Lizardman epilogue. He's in the High Elf epilogue. He's in the He's in Archon the Black's epilogue.
Say what you must, but know you play a dangerous game, and I am not.
Who is the strongest demon in Warhammer Fantasy? That's a matter of opinion, not fact. We know vaguely who the 4 strongest greater demons are. But they're all stronger at different things. The 4 strongest greater demons in Warhammer Fantasy are it's Kugoth Plaguefather, Scarbrand,
Kill them, raise them,
Kairos Fateweaver, and Nakari.
Send them to death.
Ugh, I don't have a freaking
Now
siege
they
unit.
die.
Open the door.
Soon I'll be all powerful.
Okay, I want to save up for the max level port. I want the dark port. Nothing else matters. Dread Nautilus, Archon. Oh, geez. Okay, I guess we're going to war with the elves. Archon has some very, very different lore and habits and everything in Age of Sigmar. Age of Sigmar Archon the Black is very different from Warhammer Fantasy Archon the Black. Just like Neferata and Manfred are very different in Age of Sigmar than they are in Warhammer Fantasy. Very different characters. They have the same name, and they are the same people, but they're different. Will they make an End Times campaign? I would not be surprised if there was an End Times DLC. Is Kemmler early campaign easier or hard? I'd say it's, compared to most of the other campaigns in the game, I would say it's a hard campaign. You have to know what you're doing. What's Neferata like? So Neferata... Neferata is a pretty interesting character. She's very... Neferata is someone who has been taught many brutal lessons in life. And she has learned from them. She hasn't always learned the correct lesson from them, but she has learned from them. Ooh, yeah. Give me that money. Alright, Bordello is now under my control, and we can make the evil vineyards. Because, you know, vampires. Alright, hold on. Let me get Darkport. Let me get a garrison up and running. Let me get Korone to level 4. Let's put up a max level garrison in Gorsel and put it an even more powerful garrison thanks to the Awakened Battlefield. Increase our salt stores. Upgrade this in Castle Artois.
Find me grave mounds.
And then I'm running out of stuff to upgrade. Unfortunately, Kemmler does not have the longest skill tree. Let's work on your armor. Try and get you to 140-ish.
They will serve.
You leveled up. Let's get you max level scouting.
Your wish, master.
Specialist. Okay, sorry. Oh god, we spent 30,000 gold like it was nothing. That is depressing. But there's one more settlement between me and the death of all of Bretonnia. No more Bretonians. It's a glorious, beautiful future. But Neferata is just kind of one of the ultimate spy masters of the setting. She is someone who is... Hey, come here. Come here. Up. Come here. Come on. Come here. Up, up. Up, 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 up. Up. Come on. I believe in you. Come on. Come on. Up. Up. Come on. She's stomping her feet because she wants to, but... So, come here. Hey, hey. Come over here. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. Over here. Come here. Come here. You're so far away. Come here. Hey, come here. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come. Come on. 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 She's so lazy. Come here, you. She is so lazy. She's like, I don't want to move. Moving's hard. Especially when I went for a walk earlier and I ran a whole bunch. And I'm old. This is Chloe, if you haven't met her. She's a sweet girl. Rank the cuisine from Warhammer. Supposedly Tilia has, well, the moot, the halflings and the moot. That's like their one redeeming quality, is that they have the best food in the setting. Let's get nightmarish reaping, so I'm gonna have a bunch of spooky ghosts in this army.
Bring me flesh to craft.
Gisero has fallen.
My bloodline
That is super annoying. Red Duke, I charge you to reclaim it in my name.
I need more minions.
What are the force? What do I think the 4 starting races are for game 3? Oh wow, I can build siege towers in 1 turn now. I think the 4 starting races are Kislev, Demons of Chaos, Ogre Kingdoms, and Chaos Dwarfs. Those are all my votes. I'm trying to get the camera better focused on her. There you go. Hey, come here. Goof. You goof? What are you doing, huh? What are you doing, huh? Are there any other notable children of the gods? No, not really. There are some incarnate gods, like Ariel. Ariel and Alariel both have a very significant relationship with Aisha, the mother goddess of the elves. Orion is the physical incarnation of Kurnos. Karl Franz obviously has a very and Volkmar have a very close relationship with Sigmar. I mean, Volkmar is freaking descended from him. Can't remember if Karl Franz is descended from Sigmar or not. I think he is. I know Volkmar for sure is. Because Sigmar had twin sons most people don't know about. Even Sigmar didn't even know about them. They were illegitimate sons. Well, it was more if he had sons and the mother of his children deliberately kept it a secret from him. For reasons. I'd have to go back and read it. I forget why she did that. Hey, Chloe. Who are the Deepkin? The Ideneth Deepkin? That's a pretty long story, which we're probably about to wrap up this stream. That might be a good question for when we start next time. Would Neil Armstrong turn into a Chaos Spawn if he set foot on Morslib? Well, if Neil Armstrong was in the Warhammer world, he probably would have landed on Manslib, which is the actual moon, in which case he would be fine. Morslib is just a giant hunk of warpstone, so yeah, he'd probably be bad. Can we have a Chloe live stream? No, because it would do terribly. She is not interesting enough to watch for a few hours, I promise you. Isn't there a theory that Archaon was a descendant of Sigmar?
This had better be important.
I don't believe that Archaon was a direct descendant of Sigmar. He might have been, but I don't think he is. Will I do any Age of Sigmar lore videos? Eventually, yes, but I don't think my general audience is ready for that yet. I think there would be rebelling and blood in the streets and screams and all sorts of other nastiness.
Wipe them out.
I don't think it's time yet. What's the melee attack on these? 43. I think I'd rather them have a weapon damage bonus. So let's give flaming attacks, charge bonus, and we'll give the banner of the Barrows to the Vargolf, I guess. That puts them at 56. Oh wait, no, their melee attack is not that high. Oh, never mind. Let's give the banner of the Barrows to the Blood Knights then, and we'll give the flaming attacks to the Vargolf. I guess I will fight this one myself. Yeah. Can I make Kemmler do a Fortnite dance? Unfortunately, I'm not skilled enough in coding to do that. Have I seen the Empire character trailer for Chaos Bane? Yes, somebody that's bored, I'm going to do a full talk about Chaos Bane this week. So I hope y'all are looking forward to that. What are you doing, goof?
Everywhere is death.
You're ready for bed, aren't you?
I thirst.
Oh, at least he doesn't T-pose in battle. That's nice. The only T-poses on the campaign map right now.
Vampire.
Alright, you go distract the main force. We will kill everyone. Isn't this a lovely sight? Beautiful. Oh, slow down there, big guy. Are the Skull Crushers of Korone the strongest cav? No. They're up there. The strongest cav in Warhammer Fantasy are generally agreed to be the Mournfangs. Mournfang cavalry are flippin' ridiculous.
With haste.
Mortis engine.
Okay. Fetch.
Noble of the night.
Kill Alberic. I demand this of you. Elsif. Dance Macabre myself. Bloodlust myself. Bring in the Mortis engine against the peasants. We'll have the Vargol duel the stupid paladin. Go back. Actually, come help me kill Alberic. Kill the peasants. He's almost dead.
Sylvania, I am eternal.
Vampire.
After him.
We are immortal.
Man, he got the hell out of there. Damn. Go with her. I'll deal with this fool. Blood Knights to me!
The summoning begins.
You just keep draining away. Okay, good. Alberic's dead.
Living will join us.
Mortis engine.
Mortis engine, go clean
So
up
much
over here.
death.
What Game 1 race do I think they'll update next? Personally, I'm hoping for greenskins. I am hoping for greenskins next. But I would also be very okay with the Empire. As long as it's going to be either greenskins or Empire, though. I feel very, very confident in saying that. Okay, I'll deal with him. Y'all go deal with the stupid trebuchet. You go kill the Knights of the Realm. Actually, they have anti-large. Go here. Kill my skeletons, jerks.
Blood magic.
Get over here. Alright, that's the end of Duke Alberic's reign. Oh, you move? Alright, bye, Chloe. Mournfangs on ogres are mammoth-like creatures? Sort of. Mournfangs are kind of hard to describe. They have really big tusks, but they're very fast. They're not nearly as big as a mammoth. They're nasty. I don't really know what creature to compare them to. They're pretty bizarre. This belongs to me. Thank you.
I will alone.
Kill them, my children.
Alright, this will be the last battle for tonight. big ass boars. Yeah, it's boars combined with mammoths. Mammoth meets saber-tooth. Yeah, I think those are all fairly acceptable answers. All right, this is the last battle for tonight. I've been streaming for almost 4 hours, so hope you all had a good time. We're gonna fight this fight to make sure Bordelot is dead, all the Bretonians are dead, and out of our lives forever. All right.
Heinrich Kemmler.
I will actually be going up in one of these siege towers. Thank you. I will lead our boys in. Razor Gores. Well, Razor Gores are literally just giant-ass pigs. Okay, spread out wide so you're less likely to get hit by junk. Black Coach. Claw of Nagash. White King.
Atrophy and decay. Yes.
Graveguard, you have my permission to storm the walls. Not normally how we do things, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Actually, you know what? I want you to reinforce me. You three take this. Ferrex Reavers, go knock the door down. I'll come with you. Are the Crusader Kings still alive? Who are the Crusader Kings, August? Do you mean the Bretonians down in Araby? If so, I don't know. I'd have to check the intern cycler. See if they're still alive or not. They're not really on my to-do list, so I'm not that super concerned about them. Let's keep the Karen race healthy. They're taking a bit of damage. Get over here. Karen race to me. Alright, Kemmler's on the walls. And Krell's here. Those are my skeletal legions. Let's pop down a fat Perseveres. Really wish I could Wind of Death on the walls. Do you imagine just everybody's dead? Oh, I do see a juicy Wind of Death though. Assuming it doesn't bounce. Oh. Oh, that did so much damage to that. Didn't do too much to the mounted Pegasus Knights, but it did cut down a lot of these basic groups. It's fine. Clear out some space. Oh, I'm not done summoning. Unless I get blown up. Ooh, my Karen Rays did not like that. We need to get them down on the ground so I can heal them. Alright, we're taking the walls pretty well. Oh, did I get inside? Excellent. Break down that gate. Krell, kill the flying pigeons. Oh, they killed my Karen race. Oh, that breaks my heart. My cold, careless heart. Get over. Graveguard, to me. To Daddy Kemmler.
Champion of Korone.
The summoning begins.
Okay, they're all regenerating. Excellent. More zombies. What? I don't know if y'all can hear her moaning.
Behold Krell. It is done.
When Chloe's tired, she'll sit on my bed back there, and I'll just hear her every once in a while go, "Oh." She's just like, I'm tired.
I am back.
Stop
Great
streaming.
slaughter. It is time.
You ready for bed? Huh? Sotek, who's my third favorite faction in Warhammer? If it's Troll Country, so help me. Troll Country's not even a faction. Oh good, I own the gates now. Charge! Yeah, it's Black Coach time. Whoop, whoop. I mean, in the lore, not in the game. Troll Country still isn't a faction. Troll Country's just a place. It's the name of a area. Are Morngul's Chaos Warped vampires? No. Morngul's are not at all related to vampires. My third favorite faction is, what do you think? Probably dwarves. I'd say my first favorite is lizardmen, second favorite is beastmen, third favorite I'd probably say dwarves. Maybe ogres. That one's pretty close. Oh, well, no, thank you guys for coming by. It's nice that we're actually getting like a pretty nice regular crew for this of about 120 people. That's really awesome, guys. I really appreciate it.
Darkness comes.
Even Turin struggles to get 120 people for campaign. So I really appreciate y'all's support. God, he killed my Karen race. I'll just get more Black Knights.
Everything dies.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoy this. I probably won't always stream this late, but I mean, this is usually prime time for me. Like, this is the time of the day I'm guaranteed to be active most of the time. So that works out. So I'm glad that there's an audience for it, at the very least. And I don't have to compete with many people, because most of the other American streamers are asleep at this point. Alright, we now have control over Bordello. And the nice thing is, because the Vampire Coast owns all of this junk, we're just spreading vampiric corruption everywhere, and it feels good. Alright, so for our campaign objectives, just as a update, we've already accomplished control 12 provinces thanks to our military allies. We've already wiped out all the Bretonnian playable factions. Of the 8 capitals we have to control, thanks to our allies, we currently control Korone, Marigliano, Skavenblight, Sartosa, and the Galleon's Graveyard. We only need 3 more, so Altdorf will probably capture next time, and then we will probably use our allies. I don't know which of these other 2 will capture. Oh, the Oak of Ages will definitely capture, and then maybe we can get Castle Drakenhof through an alliance or something. But that'll be pretty easy. Maintain 80 units. That'll be easy when we like really want it. Construct 3 Necromancer's Towers. We have 2 right now. We have 1 here, and we're going to have 1 here in Blackstone Post pretty soon. We'll probably build a 3rd one in Korone. So that's nearly done. Ensure 2 of the following buildings have been made. We have occupied Korone. We just have to get it to max level, which we will soon. And Altdorf College of Forbidden Magic we will also have fairly soon. and then have 3 necromancers. So we're almost done with this campaign. Almost. We've probably got another 50, 60 turns to go. Oh, I'm back. So in any event, thank you all for watching. It's been fun. We own a pretty nice chunk of the world. Once we own Baston, we'll have like a nice just piece of the cheese here. A little extra going up towards the north. So in any event, hope you guys all had a good time. We have also finished the Necrarch Bloodline, which is cool. So next time, we'll be having a conversation about which bloodline we should do next. I imagine Blood Dragon will probably be a pretty popular one since we already have the Red Duke, and we do have a lot of Cav. But Strigoi is also pretty fun. Lamian also has some really, really powerful upgrades. And that'll be our probably our fourth Lord, whoever we pick up. Though if we pick up a Blood Dragon, we might get a generic Lord. I don't know. We'll see. So thank you all again for watching. I will be back hopefully tomorrow morning, or later this morning. Technically, it's 2 a.m. Hopefully I'll be back later this morning with Dawn of War. Excuse me. Dawn of War Retribution. Dawn of War 2 Retribution. And if not, I will definitely be back later tomorrow night with more Kemmler. So thank you all for watching. I've said that at least 5 or 6 times. Have a good night. Bye. I should probably have done that after I opened up OBS. There we go.